Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the late night show. We are about to go into the grand finals for the $200,000 Warfare tournament live. This is happening live, which is why I am up very, very late. This is going down actually, I believe in Vietnam. $200,000 in the line. Insane 20v20 warfare action. Hey, yo, welcome everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Will this be a tournament that actually works? That actually happens? I think today, yes. Because Delta Force has always been very consistent with their gameplay. You guys have ever been looking for any of this? A big scale, battle, action, fast pace. You know I've played a lot of this game over the last couple of, well, I guess for the last year or so now. But nonetheless, good evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know, it's up late. It's up late. I had a whole day. And now we're coming in for a late night stream. That's a huge thank you to Delta Force sponsoring the stream today. Getting me on for a late night watch party, ladies and gentlemen. So pop it up on the big screen. Pop it up on your phone. Kick it up. And let's enjoy us a nice couple hours of competition. These guys have been literally competing for the last 3 days. And this is the grand finals, the upper bracket finals. We'll figure out some of the specifics as we go, but you guys know, if you guys have ever played any of these giant war scale games, obviously a lot of you guys are familiar with Battlefield as well, but this is its own style, dude. This is they got helos, they got jets now in the game, but what's crazy about this is we've got huge 20v20, like attack breakthrough style. You're gonna push through the battle, but on top of that, there's a commander mode on this, and each of these teams has a commander that can use VoIP to call to their team.
Format? Also, Late Night Stone is a win.
Yes, easy. What up? Good to see you. Thank you for the 5. These guys actually get a commander on their team, so this is like this is literally, think 20 people on your team. You've got a dude who's a commander on the team. I mean, you guys know the CO here. We've got some business leading some squads, but these guys are going to be like legit commanders. They can call in attack points, they can drop supplies for the team, and they're on the battlefield while they're playing as well. It's literally insane. So, we got the chance to watch. We're going to hang out. We got a great show tonight ahead of us. If you guys are watching this even as a VOD afterwards, I know this is extremely late night. Usually I'm on during the day. But I mean, we already got a couple hundred of you guys in here across all the platforms. Welcome in, everybody. Really late night. Really late night. I mean, most of you guys probably can't even watch a stream on the reg during the weekdays. So you guys are probably about to go off to sleep yourself. If not, I don't know what you're doing. Like maybe a couple of my European friends just waking up out there in the future land. Probably Australia up as well. But I'm up. Grab the popcorn. Grab something nice, grab some water. Got my water right here. And we're going to enjoy us a nice competition. Now, for those guys who haven't seen this, it is an FPS. Obviously, if you guys have been into extraction shooters, Delta Force is the extraction shooter that I absolutely fell in love with. I still think it's one of, if not my favorite extraction shooter. But this is not the extraction side that they're playing. This is the 20v20 side of the game.
Midnight Mountain. Let's go.
Which I've also played in a couple competitions for. We actually, I think we won. I don't remember the specifics of it, but we did like a Twitch Rivals on this game that we won. We did win that. We won every single game that we played on the 20v20. I think that was Twitch Rivals. There's a couple competitions that we've done for this. And we went insane.
Hey, Stone from Australia.
Is that you do have the capability of kind of stringing this game out long enough to see a ton of
in Australia.
also really interesting.
Good day. Matt, thank you for the 1K, my good sir. Camper,
Hang out
also,
late night,
thank
I
you for the
love
5
this.
months.
Red heart emoji.
laying that
Red
hang.
heart emoji. Red heart
The
emoji.
rare one.
Have a beer at the beach here and saw the noti.
Just
I miss Delta so much.
thank you for the
Love
6
it,
months, my good sir.
OPS 0 down raids. Red heart emoji.
So good.
5 months strong. Love the
5 month in
content,
it, Nate,
Stone.
big dog. Appreciate you, dude. The
late
IEMs
hangout in
under the
Utah.
headphones. Yeah, I think part of it's like noise canceling or something as well.
I like this
Um,
because TXD, again, they're good at the vehicle game. The fact that they're going to be starting a little bit of a leg up.
The Midnight Mountain.
That helicopter,
Do
and
also
they're gonna start
appreciate
with
you.
that tank
Nate,
destroyer.
just appreciate you. Camper,
You know,
Soul
already kind of
Drinker,
starting up
appreciate
like
you.
That against TL, I think is going to be a little bit favorable for them. Now
Yo,
let's
make
talk
it
about how
snow
TL
in
are
the
probably
pack
going
in
to play the
W.
defensive side of this. We saw them against the Anai. They instantaneously use that LAV vehicle to just sit as far back as you can possibly go on the threshold map to continuously go ahead and pester that
Large
helicopter. It worked
scale.
extremely well against DNI, and I would not be surprised to see it work extremely well against TXD as well.
Well, already, and this is oftentimes the case with a lot of our teams, based on what side they pull, they may make some substitutes. So we do see VK come in for ATX. There could be
How
a
are we already
million
on a
different
3 hype
reasons
train?
for
What's going
why,
on,
frankly.
guys?
Oftentimes, we will see
Good
because of
evening.
helicopter operators or anything like that, but
We have not
The
seen
late
VK yet,
night
and ATX
crew.
has been in every single game.
Load,
that TXD
also
has played.
Alex, good evening.
okay, so this
Good
is a winners final.
Soul Drinker, J
Yeah,
Moles,
interesting.
Easy. We also have
Okay.
Well Money
Well,
starting us out.
could be a million reasons
freaking
why.
Months, my good
and
sir.
I'm excited to see what our substitute is able to do. As per the usual, we got to keep our eyes out for our sub. It could be a difference maker. It
20
could be
people on a
big
team,
opportunity
dude. Just
to kinda
imagine
lock
you,
in and
like,
show the world, hey, I'm on a grand finals team potentially if we get the win. I'm on a winners finals team.
On this-
regardless of whether
you
I'm
know,
a sub or an active player.
on this
could be a huge
scale-
difference maker. We'll keep an eye out for VK as we hop into the game. But that is a good shout. Talk about nerves, man.
yeah.
We're on day 4 of a LAN competition. You've been sitting in the wings watching your team win and win and win and be perfect. And you got to step up onto the stage. A winners finals. Stakes literally couldn't be higher as a spot into the grand finals later today. And you got to play for the very first time.
I do think it is also important to note here, bro, you're kind of talking about nerves. Fatigue can also kind of play a part when you do play in these sorts of competitions.
4 days
But good
straight
thing
of
for
LAN.
TL and TXD, since
I
they
do
are
one event
both in
for
the
some of
winners
these
bracket.
games,
we
and
didn't see them at all yesterday.
I'm
Had
good
day off
after that.
yesterday. Yeah, of course, they
Right.
played
The
day
first
1, they
day's just
played day
setting up,
2.
usually.
Day 3, they have a little bit of a rest day. So both of these teams should be well rested.
I'm not
Talk a little
playing
bit
today.
into the future right now.
Listen, I will spare you guys the bad gameplay of me just dying all the time. These guys are all, not only are they good, these guys are 4 days of LAN already competing, making it to the finals here. They've got a commander on each team
Commanders, kind of looking back on some stats.
that is going to be guiding the team as well, of 20
Here
people.
On the opposition side, really feels like AG78 Cat is
Got
a
the
bit
kits
more
built.
of a difference maker, but
They're
at the
ready to
same
go in.
time, as we see some of our players celebrate,
Love you,
get ready,
CEO.
get excited.
Free love
At
you,
the
man.
same
Mix,
time, none of
thank
the
you for the
team
3
plays the
months. That was
exact
Kyler
strategy.
also.
So
Thank you for the
as
2 months.
AG78
Tyler
Cat
also
is
the
a
500.
difference maker.
Good
Vehicle
evening.
Just wanted to say
Rudian, I
what's
believe,
hope I've
also a
been
vehicle
MIA
operator,
from some
but I think
streams, but
oftentimes
wanted to
that
let you
score
know
going
you
to
were still the
commander is
best
just about
streamer
how
to
well
watch. Much
their
love from
calls are
Nebraska.
executed on.
Big love
So,
out to Nebraska,
something to
my
keep
good
an eye
sir.
out for is if there's
You know what? I gotta
ways
close
to
my door here.
score, that could be the difference maker here in the upper bracket finals.
One thing that I actually just realized, taking a look back at some of our past matches there, we kept talking about how we saw
You know, I don't
TL
need-
on
I don't need
Threshold,
my
how
wife being too
TXD
upset with me.
could actually use that information
With
to
the
kind of get a leg
Sparty
up.
raid?
TXD,
What are
I
we
totally forgot. They also
doing?
played on Threshold.
Yeah.
That
The
was when we got back-to-back
Spartans.
Threshold yesterday, right?
Yep.
TL
What
versus
up,
DNI
guys?
Threshold, and then TXD versus RLF on day number 2 were both Threshold.
Yeah.
So both of these teams are actually pretty equal in terms of being able to see what the team is kind of going to be able to expect coming into this match.
Well, and I think it's also like, let's
Good
talk about some of the
evening.
big strategies
I just started the stream. I know, I'm out of my mind, aren't I?
I think the main thing, take a look at the top
Everybody
right-hand corner of your screen, by the way.
spam
We're
some
about to hop into the game.
ones
And
in the
monitors,
chat
they're
if
loading
you're
in, they're selecting their
awake for
operator,
this.
they're making
If
sure
you're
they select
awake
the
right now.
commander, and we're getting into Victory Unite.
Or are you guys
One
all...
quick thing here
I
about
mean, you gotta
Threshold.
be here if you made it
Really,
here.
there's
Nobody
gonna
could
be a
even be
lot of
asleep.
emphasis to the start
2
of
if
this
you're
game
asleep,
on
1 if
that
you're awake.
lob.
Milestone.
The defense starts with
Oh,
the
everybody's awake,
and
bro.
the attack starts with a
They're
helicopter,
awake.
tank destroyer,
On
and an
solos.
assault vehicle.
You could
It's a
take
really
them.
important feature of the defense to keep that lob alive.
Woo, you guys
And
are
as the attack,
awake, man.
Oftentimes,
The
you
heck?
see a strike force go for it very early.
I'm normally
to allow
dozing
that
off right
helicopter
about
free
now.
reign. If helicopter gets free
This
reign,
is when I
that
start
means a ton
dozing.
of value
Was wondering when
for
you
the
were
attacking
going to
team,
start
moving
streaming
even
too.
all the way to point C.
Do I gotta
It's
start doing late nighters?
Because they're losing the
I thought you
aircraft
guys all be
battle, so-
asleep,
or the
man.
airspace, rather. So something to keep an eye out for. Last quick note, though, folks, as we're hopping into the game.
Bro, my
maybe
phone's
you're
on
just tuning into the
5%.
grand
Oh
finals.
my
I
goodness.
do want to remind you,
I gotta go to sleep.
We are playing our
My phone's about to go to
competitive
sleep.
tournament server. So we had the 6-map pool we talked about. There's also one pack
Dude, this is gonna be
behind.
good though. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. If you came from the raid, we are doing a tournament watch party tonight. 200K on the line on Delta Force on their Warfare mode giant 20v20 scale. This is, I mean, it's insane. If you guys haven't seen me ever compete or play in this in the past, they have a commander on their team. I was just talking about this state. I don't know which maps you're going to be playing, but there's usually a helo on the map. There's tanks. There's jets now in the game. I
I
played that in
give
the little
stars
last
to
update.
everyone who leaves a mark on my notification.
Riff with the 1K stars bombing. What the heck are we doing, brother? Good evening. And this is the grand final. So the last 3 days, these guys have been competing on LAN. And obviously, I took 3 months off to just play Delta Force when this game came out. Now it's on console and everything. That was a big thing a lot of people wanted. But I mostly played the operation side. I played like the extraction mode. This game is its own style for extraction. It's super intense, super
3:30
fast-paced,
p.m. in Australia, bro.
super crazy PvP and PvE with those stuff. I don't know. I really liked it. But anyways, this is a tournament that's going on tonight. So this is for the Warfare 20v20 mode, and they're doing a big competitive thing. So
very excited how Threshold is going to go. 3 total sectors. The first one there, A,
Let's
is
listen
gonna
a
feature
little- listen
one
in a little
flag.
bit.
We've seen teams play this very differently.
oh shoot, here we go. All right, already in
We
game 1. Anyways, yeah, we're doing
are
watch party night. You guys want to hang out? Give it a like. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
We've got attack moving in as
Yeah,
per
this map
usual.
does have a
Straight
helo
up
on the
blowing
first
holes in
attack
the
side
wall.
here.
We saw a very brief shot of that lob way off to the distance
Tuxedo?
to the
I think they're
defensive
attack,
side.
yeah?
Keep an eye out for that lob. Let's
Red
make sure
team
it
gotta
stays
be.
alive. Attack helicopter already
This was
in the
the
skies
first-
and already harrying the bridge, but we've got a strike force from the attack.
This was the
trying to
first
take
map that
over
I
this
had
high
ever
ground
played when I
position.
did.
This is a classic start, classic flow. Let's see who gets the advantage.
I think it was Twitch Rivals.
Instantly, though, I'm seeing
There's
the
a
kill feed is lit
lot
up
of
right now. The
smoke. They need a
helicopter is
good
finding some
helo.
early value. Little egg there doing
I
great
think they're
work
gonna break
as the
through
pilot.
to at
Remember,
least the
we kinda
first
talked
2.
about it already. The LAV
They only need to
available
capture
for
1
TL
point here,
is gonna be
alpha
sitting
point.
very far back. Its only job right now is to suppress that helicopter. I am seeing
Yeah, they need to
early
shut down the
value
helo.
already out of the
Attack side needs to
helicopter, which
use the
kinda
attack
worries me.
helo.
But look at this. This
I
is
wanna
an
see
early
their
push into the
perspective.
Palace. I have never seen a team walk into the Palace this fast, and that progression bar right there on Sector A, it is all red.
Got a bunch of respawn beacons, I'm sure.
I
going
want
down
to
for
say
both
he's
of
not
these
lying.
teams.
We went
It
down to
looked
like
our
50 tickets on our
helicopters
first
playing
attack
around
on
the
this. I
skyscrapers,
couldn't get past
but
this
forced
part
the
right
lob to
here.
a little bit
I
more
just kept
aggressive,
going right here
find
with
the right
smokes. I
angle.
couldn't get
Tank
through.
Destroyer has
But
just
look at this
about
guy. Look how
cleared
deep
out
they're
the
getting
point.
behind
Got
the
a
flank.
lot
That's the
more
thing in
red on
these
the
warfare
point.
modes.
Maybe we were expecting this
It's
early in the
always about
game.
the flank.
Plenty of medics
You got to
to
get
make
behind
sure
them
they
because
stay
there's
up.
so much
We got rid of
chaos.
seeing just about every
Pick off a
operator
couple of them
you
and let your
think
team
of.
push up.
Favoring Knox for the flanks. Here we go, a big fight on
Look
the
at this.
inside of
They're
the
already
Palace,
up into the
playing around
Palace
these
here. This is
respawn
where this is the
beacons.
first
Yeah,
wall. There
huge win
is
for TXT.
also destructible
We maybe
environment
said
in
that
this.
TL was the
So that's where they
favorite,
blew
but
open,
TXT
I think, the
is
wall there.
starting
And
out so
this tank is
hot.
just staying
What an
back so it's not
incredible push. Like I said,
destroyed.
I have
Yeah,
never
these
seen
guys
a
are
team take
destroying.
that backside of the Palace so
They're already
fast,
getting
so
the AK, but
aggressively.
they want
It
to
looks
keep
like literally all
they want to keep the tickets up as high as they can because this is like the life, right? So if you guys ever seen like Battlefield, it's kind of like that, right? But you only have so many tickets on the attacking side. Defense needs to kill off 200 of them, but they get more tickets if they take the sector. But they need to whittle down as many tickets as they can. They only got 30 tickets,
is all
24
it took.
tickets even.
telling you, confidence and
Yeah,
aggression
they're
go a long way in Warfare.
Tuxedo's
competition. As we take a
looking
look at the
good.
push over to B1 and
Tuxedo's
B2,
looking
TXT,
good.
Nice with a huge advantage. We've got a strike force going
I want to see
around
some of the
flank
vehicle
on the far
POVs
side
on
of our
this though.
screen, and then we've got our main force playing for these yellow tents. The choke point to B1.
Soul Drinker also dropping a
Classic
5
flow yet
gifted.
again from TXT. I told you they are
Appreciate you.
systematic and
Appreciate you.
strategic, and right now
I also
they are
wanna
winning
see the
this
Commander's
game in
POV. That would be
TPP.
nice.
The hero playing flank
We'll
here
see.
on the
We'll
far
see what they
right-hand
got.
side, playing down
They at
below.
least have
does
some
get traded
great
out.
overview
I don't
cams.
imagine
Thank
that strike
goodness.
force is going to open anything up on the flank. That's too predictable here for
Rafiki,
TL. There's
Matt,
no way
also
they
good to
let
see
that
you.
one
Matt
fly.
Jones with the
Yeah,
200.
quick reminder
Casey,
as well.
appreciate you as
The
well.
defensive objective is
Mr.
to
Greg
deplete
Davis
all
with
of
the
tickets
20
on the side of
bomb.
the attack.
Rafiki with the
180 is
5K
maximum
earlier as well.
that you start with. They do replenish at about a rate of 60
Holy
every
jeez,
time you
boys.
capture a sector. As you can see, TXT, they went back up
What do
to
I got to start
180
doing
after
some late night
capturing
streams here?
sector.
Andrew,
They
thank
only
you, man.
lost 4,
Spark, thank you again for the raid.
granted,
Kyler,
but they
appreciate
do
the subbage.
replenish
Second
there
month
a little
mix.
bit.
3
Now,
months.
A little
Thank
bit
you,
of a
guys.
stalemate here. A big objective on Threshold for the attacking side
Okay, so look.
is control of the garage.
They got the first sector, so now they pushed second. They still got 175 tickets, so maybe they didn't get as many tickets as I thought, or it's been dwindling while I haven't been paying attention. This area in here on the tents is super hard to push through, but if they lose the attack helicopter at this point, which I can't see if it's up right now, they don't get another one. It's only in the first sector that they get the attack helicopter to spawn. So if they lost that, they're going to be kind of... It's going to be harder to get through, but you can... I don't see it in the sky. You can hang super far back with the attack helo. They still got a couple trucks, but that's only going to help with B2, but they still got to get into, like, through this tunnel to get to B2. So it's tough. It's tough. This is where it's going to get harder, I should say. But they have to have both points captured at the same time. They're already kind of through the tents, though, man. They're already on B1.
Lank's going to go in and play spoiler here from TL.
These guys can spawn and come through the tents, but when they die, there's medics that can res. And they do have quite a few medics.
Side of our screen as of current. You see the
Looks like
strike
most of
force
these guys
going
are
in
medics
from
too.
the
A couple
B2
supply
side on the
boxes
far
down.
side. You see, I think that's Keto. And
Yeah, look, they got a tank on D as well here.
Trying to move in.
So they can help support
They're
B2.
finding actually a little bit of value here with the tank destroyer getting much more active actually around B1 to try to secure this point for the respawns.
Yeah, look at this. It came all the way in on
So
site.
good for the attack. Tank destroyer needs to stay alive as per the usual. That's going to be
This is
Zamba
one of the newer
operating it
ops.
and just harrying these infantry so the attack boots on the ground can actually
We're on with the
push
medic
forward.
now. Now on with the
And
tank.
we've got an urgent deployment, the first of its kind called in already. It's maybe a bit of a desperation play to make sure that we keep up our advantage.
That must be a commander ability, right?
On to whatever bit of B2 we still have. This is not the same.
It only goes to 180
seeing,
tickets?
And that's what I thought. The defense calling this in.
They're
urgent
looking real
redeployment.
good then.
A great name for it because this is an urgent time to redeploy onto B2 to make sure you don't get steamrolled. We have to stop this momentum if we're a TL fan.
Now we've seen this previously.
Are these guys
just yesterday,
engineering,
actually,
just
on Threshold.
sit in the
we saw
tank
a team get
repairing?
B1 very, very early on. And then B2 was
Nah,
actually
they're not right
held
now.
for the entirety of the rest of the game, right? So the defense actually won in that scenario.
Damn.
The caveat being is that the vehicles were able to come in for the defensive side of things. TL, they still have that lob that they start the match with, but
Yep.
if they have to start investing that lob onto holding B2, as you can see, it's actually already getting in the mix on B2. They know they're going to need that vehicle to actually hold B2, but now that LAV is not working on the helicopter. It's not going to be suppressing the helicopter. The helicopter needs to start finding value if Tuxedo and XG want to start pressing their advantage.
So do they have a heli? I thought they didn't get a heli on second sector. I haven't seen it up. But he kept it. They said they kept the LAV up though. The lab. Maybe that's what he said. But that's why he's playing so far back. Because if this gets destroyed, they do not get another one. The only reason they have it is because they got it from the first sector. And so he's just staying back, spamming bullets to try and keep the pressure for the advantage. But he kind of needs to move it up. But if they move it up too much, look, he's moving it up on the right here.
18, no, that's not math. 28.
They already got
over the
B1,
course
so
of,
it's
like, 4 or
just
5
a
minutes to take
cluster on
advantage in
B2.
the
Look at the
sector.
smokes, dude.
Really not very much at all. Again, you don't see this as an offensive success until sub 120. And Lav is very low. If that reload would have come in from the far side.
He needs reps.
One Allure rocket, Firecat's gone. Doesn't even have engineers. Tank destroyers trying to find the angle, but they're playing do-si-do.
The other
Rosie,
tank's trying to get him.
able to stay alive.
Maybe that was actually the
Found him.
defensive tank.
Lav down.
Yeah. Great communication there, right? Tank Destroyer, somebody must have came in on the communication side of things in the mic, went ahead and called out, hey, listen, that
Does
LAV
defense
is
only get
very
one? I didn't think defense got one in the
Tank
first
Destroyer went
sector,
ahead and
but if they
pressed
don't even
the
have one at all now,
again, like I
even if it's on
mentioned,
cooldown,
B2
they're
is
not going to be able to
only
hold it.
ever held when there are vehicles on the point. The LAV there going down on the side of TL is just
now they got
screaming
two up.
for it to be taken right now. 2 vehicles available. Urgent deployment on the side of TXD. They
Bottom
are
left tab
just
shows the vehicles.
sweeping the floor with TL early on here on Threshold.
B2 into the neutral zone. This should be a capture here with that urgent redeployment from the attacking side.
Almost 8 minutes into the match. Still 146 tickets for the attacking side.
Certainly worth the price. A nice try at a regain here from the defense. They've been able to get back to the point and push back these vehicles. I think this is actually a decently safe play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
And
surprised they didn't
nice
get
play
it.
from TL to push up and push back the attackers.
Wow.
That rocket, that one connected.
What
right
a
now. The Tank
hold.
Destroyer is actually down. Incredible effort from TL to finally stop the bleeding. They had such a
Green
big
holds it on defense.
disadvantage when it was down to
They
the
lost their
vehicle game
tank.
right
Oh,
there, but
I see what
finally
you're
they were
saying.
able to
Yeah,
bounce
down
back
here we can
just
see
a
the
little
attack
bit
helo
and
is
get
still up for
something
red.
working on their side of things, and we've actually seen this before, Coach, as well, right? This assault vehicle able to drop down beacons. Yeah, very,
Wonder
very
where it
often,
is.
and what that does is just allows
I think
every
it's
member
way up in the sky, sending the
there, right
rockets
in
down.
front of
I think I just saw some of the tracers coming.
pushes from other teams on this map prioritize destroying that assault vehicle.
You gotta
But
keep
the
it
fact
up.
that TL were barely able to get that.
It can
Tank
snipe
Destroyer
from
down.
super,
I'm not
super
entirely
far
sure
away.
if they're going to be able to press towards that assault vehicle, which is why you continuously see the flood here from TXD.
I actually watched the gameplay. I think it was.
I can't imagine it lasts all that long. It's kind of out in the open. Romania's marked this objective, most likely this objective, for a take.
It was
Could have
definitely a
marked
long
B1
range
for a
helo
hold,
gameplay
just to assuredly
from Silk.
get
I think
some
Silk
score.
had a
Again, that's
video
so valuable
actually using
for
it.
redeployments, and of course,
Because
all
that's
the
what I
resistance
tried to
that
learn
these
from
two-
Silk's gameplay, how to fly
Again,
helos in this
TL
game. I think I saw it. It was a
resilient
couple
in their
months
own
ago.
right.
I
They're
saw
gonna
it.
Hold on to this point. Even with their backs against the wall. Again, we saw
Good to
a
see you on
couple
the late
vehicles before them.
nighter.
Those were
Hey, good to
ATVs.
see
Those
you.
were to get to the point
Welcome
faster.
in.
They do not have
It's
a real
PC,
vehicle,
mobile,
so again,
and
you can see
console
that
this
now on
game,
our
so it's on
overlay.
everything.
You got a lob on the
And
side
it's
of the
all.
attack.
I
Tank
think it's
destroyer,
crossplay.
and
I don't
that
think
helicopter
mobile's
in the air.
crossplay as
It is
well, but I know
doing
the other
whatever
ones
it
are.
wants on the map.
Oh!
Did he just get the jet or the helo?
My
They got it.
Goodness. A couple well-placed rockets.
Hold on.
I'm not sure if that was a Luru plus maybe an AT.
Aluru has a
Perfectly
guided
lined
missile,
up.
TV missile.
Talk about a game changer, folks. B2 is about
Yup.
to falter. Helicopter down.
Yup.
Little Egg was doing so much
That was the
work
attack
in
side
that
helo.
heli,
Okay, look, they
and
do still
line
have
it
two
up.
attack
They knock it down, and they are trying to retake
vehicles.
B2 here.
So I guess it was
Super rare to
defense's.
see any aerial
vehicle that went
go
down.
down to the works of some rocket launches from the ground.
That's super good though. Attack just lost another tank. There's no way they get it right now. They were going in though. They were like halfway capping.
But because they did not go down to the helicopter, because the vehicles were actually able to spawn in, they're able to roll over all of the boots on the ground of TXD. TL have somehow
Now they're pulling it
bounced
back.
We got 777 driving this lob, by the way.
Dang,
Adi was
dude.
our top assist player in this entire match, assisting in that
Dang.
engineer role here as 777's getting active. 777 splattering folks, and we have completely retaken B2. Talk about a gigantic momentum shift. I'm not sure which crowd, which team the crowd is going for. I think
B2
they're here for a
recaptured.
dang good time, and we're certainly finding it
Okay,
right
now they're
as
down to
Length
100
is
tickets.
really
They've already
taking
used
down the assault
75
vehicle,
tickets
and
at
they're
least, if
pushing
not full
that line
80
all the way
on this
back
one
towards
sector.
B1.
Yep, TXD no longer going to have access to that beacon. That has been saving them in this attack right now. If you want to talk about wins on this map,
Okay, they're
yes,
bringing in a
sure. You
tank.
want to go ahead and defend this. You want to go ahead and win the game.
So you get
overall. But you wanna talk about
reinforcements, you
small
get
victories.
points
Once
that you
again,
can
remember, I
spend, and
mentioned
the commander
tickets.
can call things in. So look at
60
this.
replenish when you capture a sector right now. So that way you want to be around 120 when you do that. So that way you have max tickets going into the next sector. We're at 90 right
Okay,
now.
so you get 60 back.
effectively,
So they're
if
already
they were to
down.
capture
They're
B2
down.
right now, they would go into C with 30 less than is the max.
Oh,
But
man.
as you mentioned, this line.
The commander's calling
line
for
that
him all the
TXT
way.
had
Look,
pushed
they're
all the way
pushing
up to
B2's
B2.
totally. They
Now
definitely
it's all
called
the
for
way
a
back at
hold.
B1. They've got so much space to make
Yeah,
up.
they just took so
Well,
much,
big pickup
so
here
much
for
space
vehicles
back.
and
But now they got the
well-earned by
vehicles.
attack. They've got plenty of score, and now they've got the vehicle advantage yet again. They need
Look at
to use
this.
these
Look at
vehicles
all of these
effectively,
vehicles need to
not
make
be
it
too
through here. This
aggressive.
is such a
Take look
choke
what's
point,
happening
though.
over
But
here,
they don't
though. You
have.
can see
They
three
don't,
players
if
from the
they come
defensive
out
side
of their
waiting
choke
on another
point,
vehicle of their own.
they can risk
They've gotta match
theirs.
some of that firepower. You know how valuable these lobs can be
Oh,
inside
shoot.
and tank destroyers inside of B2.
New here,
They
what
may
is
drive
this?
all
This
the
is
way in,
Delta
thinking they
Force's
can get one of
finals
these
going on right
vehicles
now.
down. I think it's going to come
It's
down to
20 v. 20.
I don't think they sacrifice
With
both
a commander
these
on
lobs
each
by
team. So
full
look at
sitting
this
the tank on the
chokehold.
outside. We need to see an
He's just
infantry
he
air
peeks
strike
in,
force go out
bah, bah, bah,
and
bah.
play.
And he's got an
Of course,
engineer
the
on him, I
attack's
think,
gonna
as
be
well.
waiting on
That might be an
Tank
allure or
destroyer's not
something
gonna
on
act
him.
right now. Goes right through B2. That was just a little bit of a
There's smokes there, but
drive-by,
they're
so
just
they
still
can find any
spamming through
value,
the
but I'm not
smokes
gonna
trying to
lie,
connect.
My hopes right now for the push from TXD.
This push is
it
not looking
all
good.
But burnt out, in my opinion. The fact that 2 LAVs are available on the point right now, it's so rare to see this go
Look
down.
at that.
was such a great
And they got
maneuver
the
right
execution
there.
on the
XD
tank,
777, this
dude.
LAV was very, very low. The other LAV.
The other
stepped
tank's
in
about to
front, a
blow,
little bit of
too.
a meat shield. 78 Cat making plays.
Perfect trade from 78 Cat, and he knows he has the advantage, so he's going to push it.
Dude,
Talk
these
about
guys,
aggressive
there's
play.
no way.
Wow.
There's no way they're
78
making it
Cat,
through.
He can do it all. Vehicle
Red
operator,
they came out
commander,
so
retaking
strong.
The point and saving the life
Tuxedo
of
came
his
out
teammate.
so
Wow,
strong.
unbelievable
But the
play
first
from the
point was
commander.
easy. They
There's
had
a
the good
reason he is the
momentum.
MVP of this
It's
team
not over yet. It's not
and
over yet.
and over
You
again.
know, we'll see.
The
They still
momentum
got
swing
60
happened, and
tickets
man,
to work
did it
with.
happen hard. The bottom of your screen, the little overlay.
trying to hold the
2
line.
vehicles on the side of the defense to 0. 0 on the side of TXT.
Checking
They
in
had
on
4
Washington as well.
available right
All
there.
come
They
in.
pushed in. The defense from 78 Cat turned into an offensive push where they were able to destroy 4 vehicles almost simultaneously.
Played once on
Of
console.
course, as
Yeah,
we
they
know
just
how it
came out on
goes,
console not
the
long ago.
vehicle's
Tank
able to be
spawned in, so they got
back
2
in with
tanks
some
now.
score.
The problem is they need these
Goes
tanks
the
to
2
take out
LAVs
their
on the point, man. Like I
LAVs.
said,
Yeah, they got to
it's so
take
hard to
these,
break
but
through.
how can they
This isn't
take
gonna be
those
an
out?
all in from the attack yet, but we're getting very close to it. They just called in 2 light tanks. I don't think they've actually called in light tanks yet, so those aren't actually all that expensive. They're probably saving onto some score for either a team strategic
They're
beacon
pre-firing
or
the smoke perfect.
potentially
Like, they're putting the
another
smokes down.
rocket
And look at the
deployment.
rockets coming over the
Keep your eyes
top.
out for that. You have an artillery
I
strike.
think these are
The defense
Aluru
is
rockets trying to come over
completely
the
pushed
top,
back
trying
this
to
push all the
hit
way
it. And they
to the
almost
front.
got that
They're
tank,
just gonna
actually.
retake
They almost
B1
took one of
as
them.
They can. Hopefully it's not too aggressive of a push, but I assume they've got their respawn beacons back by B2, so they're willing to give lives on the defensive side up at B1. Talk about a strike force.
Oh,
I
look at
told
this,
you
look
to
at
watch
this.
out for this, as expected.
Red's got a flank. Red's got a flank.
78 Cat, the engineers pop out to keep things
Oh,
healthy.
they got a
It's
couple
worked out
rockets
well
on it.
for 'em.
One goes
Very well
down.
executed to save the day here. One
The
of
medic's
goes
going for the
down.
red zone if he
That
gets
looks
it.
like a medic with them, and they're just
But here comes the tank. Now they're flooring
Now
him.
this strike force on the
Oh,
backside
shoot.
here,
He's
the
got
LAV is
3
forcing kind of
engineers
back
on
up.
him.
It's
It's an
gonna
LAV
make
with
quick
3
work of that.
engineers
With the
against the
secondary
tactical
LAV
unit trying to take him
did
out.
get destroyed while this was happening.
Man.
So now, as you can see, right, the tank
But
was able to actually push
that
on the
distracted the
B2,
tank.
clear out some of the infantry. But because the LAV has now cleared out that strike force, it's able to get back into the action.
Yeah,
push the tanks
they
back
didn't get
off.
enough done.
Right now, a slight advantage.
Bro, that was a
on the side
flank,
of
though.
TXT. And as you can see, I believe that
That was
they are
actually
feeling that
sick.
they have an opportunity right now, but it's going to be shut down very, very quickly. By the fact that TL
They got
are
3
calling in
engineers
urgent
sitting on 1 tank,
They feel it
dude.
too. They feel
Oh,
the pressure right now, especially with
shoot.
the lockdown, vehicle disadvantage. It looks like they're calling in another one right
49
now. They
tickets.
feel it. They're going to keep bodies onto the point. I will say, by the way, Osmodius from TL called in his own artillery strike, and I think it showed 3. I saw at least 6 in the kill feed. Dude was putting in work from hell itself with that airstrike over the top.
But now they still don't have the attack
Picks up
heli.
6. I don't know what he is cooking. That must be all the engineers of his opponents, because now 777's going into play with the trade.
Another tank
777's
down,
turn
dude.
to be the hero. These
Look at the
Labs are
green-
near
the green Labs are now-
unstoppable
they're
here
coming
from
out of their
TL, and they have
base.
completely
Oh,
pushed back
one
the
goes
fight.
down.
They lose one. A nice shot over the top.
They're just
878
full sending,
Cat
bro.
goes to punish
He
his
just
opponent.
full sent it
Send
and
him
killed
back
the
to
tank before he could do
respawn.
anything.
Good luck against me. You've got 34 lives.
4 NGs on
78
him.
Cat's tired of it. He's no longer wants to look at B2.
The green light
He no longer
APS
wants to
online as it
defend. He wants to
retreats
go on
back.
the offensive. Push
Dude,
it
that's
all the way
that's
up there, picking
crazy.
up all of those kills.
Not punish on the
That's why we talked
overextend.
about on every single squad, we see fraggers, and usually the
They're
commander
retaking
does a great job of picking
B1.
up score, but 78 Cat doing it all simultaneously.
28
on the big
tickets,
stage, showing
dude.
us time and time again why he's the
Dang.
MVP of TL.
His shot, putting in work. Boots on the ground right now.
Dude,
Just to
TL's
stall out on
coming big,
B1.
brother.
The attackers even have to think about B1.
Okay,
It's just too late
TL's
to
looking
take B2.
insane.
Certainly not a vehicle advantage.
They still
either
have,
way.
like,
An assault vehicle
3
here
other
from
points.
TXT trying to figure out what do we do.
I guess 2 other after this.
Trying to stay
I thought they
alive
would
for
get
a
at least a
moment.
first and a second.
Trying to respawn team in and organize the final push towards B2. It feels like all hope
This
has
is a
been
good
lost
hold,
for
though.
TXT.
Vehicle drop ready.
It's AG78 Cat in 777. A regain
So,
yet again.
as they're
Both
getting
in line.
points, like actually playing the game, getting points, capturing the objective, getting kills, everything, it builds up like a score that the squad leaders can use. I think in this setting, it might only be I think there's squad leader and commander leader points. But the commander can call stuff in, mark points. They can put respawn beacons down, like even extra beacons down, even though they're not the recon class, and they have extra abilities that they can call in.
So that if anybody falters, they get right back onto the point and don't have to move a muscle before they get back into the fight. It's going to be a player advantage.
So that's why, like, even just working together as a squad, getting the reses, getting the ammo out to the team, everything they do helps. Okay, Red's got a little push right up close on the door
Right
here.
there from the attack side, right? They want to reset only 18 tickets, 18 effective lives to work with here.
18 lives left.
That's why they want to go ahead and reset. They want to make sure when they use them.
Here comes
it
a
is
swarm.
worth it.
Here
The
comes a
push to
swarm on the
B2
right. Look at how many
has
of the
to
Reds
be
are in there.
Calculated.
Reds on the attack.
entirely. The push
They're
is
on the
coming through, and I
site.
can't
They're on the
lie.
site.
I see a lot of
Oh,
points, but AG78 Cat, he's looking to end things here. A guided missile
Tank's coming up the
is
front.
being called in right now.
Oh,
About
yeah,
10
okay.
seconds before this lands.
That's
The
gonna wipe the whole
they're
team.
trying to get off of the point.
Is
They
that-
wanna
is that
run
attack?
with their lives. If this
Yeah,
thing lands,
that's
it blows
green.
you up.
That's
Those
green.
tickets
Oh,
are
they're done.
instantly depleted.
Defense wins.
Making contact with the ground. I see a
Not much.
one right there.
Not a
Again,
good
it
call in.
separates the attack. The vehicle is pushed off of the point, and now the defense is able to push back into B2.
True.
and
It pushed the
space.
vehicles back.
Yeah,
That's
John
true.
was smartly
That's true.
backed up, knew that
Nah,
that
yeah,
missile
yeah.
landing
That's
is landing
true.
on my head, so I gotta back out of there as the TXT vehicle operator.
All the infantry
This is
died
vehicle
off on the-
great
on the
now,
right
and this
there. They
tank
didn't die to the
TXT
bomb,
can't
though.
find any value right when it peeks its ugly head. It gets punished, and even
Here
if it
comes the
doesn't
lab,
peek, it's gonna
countering
get
the
pushed by
tank.
AG78
Extra lab comes
Cat,
in.
and it's gonna go down.
Another
by
red lab comes
78
in.
Cat's engineers.
Nah, it's over.
Unbelievable push here from the defense again to get
That's like the
aggressive.
ultimate is the guided missile. You can wipe a whole team with that at the final objective.
Out of my point. Get out of my lobby.
That's a hold,
TL
dude.
will win the map. There is no question
All right,
about
TL,
it. They need
game
one
one.
single kill to seal the deal. Unbelievable hold from the defense. A fantastic play from the commander and an overall team
Oh
effort.
my gosh.
78 Cat adds salt
They
to
wiped
the
him
wound,
out.
Takes down 7.
They wiped
They will
him.
not be able to
That
be
was a good
revived.
hold.
TL go up
That was a good hold.
1-0 in the winners finals.
As soon as I saw double LAV on the side of TL,
I think it was over when the helo went
able
down
to
too.
sit on B2 in that garage with
Good game.
no helicopter
GG.
for them to worry about. It was all set
Good
and done.
defense. I think
The
it's more
story
exciting
had
to
been
see the
written.
attackers
B2
win, but
was always gonna
that's
be
hard
held
to hold.
once that happened.
the flanks
The
from that
strategic
squad was pretty good
masterminds,
too.
When you hand them
Mumbler,
a big
appreciate you, dude.
advantage, such as those two vehicles in the hands
New
of
on Twitch?
somebody
Welcome, man.
like 78 Cat and XD
Green
777.
said this is probably
They
property,
do not
brother.
falter.
Good to see Delta getting some
well
attention.
done. The play of the game.
Yeah, this is
if you
sick.
look
This
back on
is
some of
this is a
these
huge tournament they got going on.
The play of the game is taking that heli down.
It's
I
one of the most
gotta
played
see
games.
exactly
It's
what
actually
happened on
insane.
that. Let's take a
It's
look
so
back
big
some
on
of those
mobile as
replays
well
because,
that
again, TXD, as much as that was a TL game at the end, TXD owned
Dude,
the
they
map
came
all
so
the way
strong
up
at
to
the
B2.
open.
Again, this A point was almost fully wiped in, I think, 2 minutes. They spent 4 lives.
It's only
They
1
picked up
point, but
every
you can
revive.
hold,
They can
dude.
do whatever they wanted.
You can.
They take B1 immediately, and they push up to B2 in a manner where we thought this was going to Sector C.
Maybe that was part of their
I think it was within
plan.
the first 10
Not to
lives.
over-defend
And then
on the
we
first
got
sector
here,
and just
things
focus on getting a good
changed
position
dramatically.
second
Look at
one.
This is early in this matchup. We finally get the hold from the infantry.
That was the
Getting
helo
shots
going
here.
down.
I think those were some Allura rockets that ended up cleaning it up. But a huge takedown of the helicopter allowed for both of these lobs to stay on point back each other up, and get extremely aggressive. And when you allow AG78 Cat and 777 to work in tandem with 2 of these IFB lobs, it is a complete map reversal in TL's favor.
Tank's top just
there.
popping off, dude.
Quick glimpse at the player cam during these highlights as well. You saw frustration.
Kind of want to see the scoreboard. See who the Slayer was.
Well. I thought we were going to see it. It looked so
Dude, I thought there'd be
good
more kills
throughout.
off of that, but that team was aware.
I thought we were going to Sector C early
In
on.
the pubs, whenever I've played that and the bomb comes in, everybody just plays as normal, and then the whole team dies.
And then all of a sudden,
When I've called it in, it's gotten like 20 kills before. You can get like a whole team wipe off of it. It's insane.
Well, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, this is live. Welcome in. We're on a late nighter. We're on a late nighter. So give it a like. Defense gets infinite tickets. Yeah, did I misspoke? Defense is unlimited tickets. The attack has a certain amount of tickets. So once the tickets go 0, there's the scoreboard though. Okay, look at this. TL top of the board, 37 kills was AG78 Cat. That's their commander. That's their commander. Rumina is the. How does a commander take the top of the board when they got all the stuff going on? Maybe they were the tank driver.
And plenty of others picking up 40s and 50s.
That's
There's
crazy.
He was able to hold on for so long and keep
Rumina, the commander for Red, who is the attacking team.
Yeah, tough break there, honestly, for TXT.
I got some highlights as well of the
a little bit of a break
competition
here.
from the last couple days. We can take a look at some of it.
One game down, TL do have the lead, but now they will switch sides on the same exact map.
Ooh.
TXT.
All right, that'll be good.
TL
And we'll see TL on the attack. See if they can break through.
Typically, we have not been able to back this up with facts from this event, but typically,
yo, thank you, Notorious as well.
Warfare, it's usually defensive side.
With the 5 gifted subscriptions.
12 vehicles being destroyed on the side of TL. No surprise there. Actually, a
Notorious. Appreciate you, brother.
A little rare, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also, Big Ren with the 2 months.
I think one of the
Says,
reasons for that
yay!
is thinking about the map structure and map flow.
Smokey
They're
also
able
with
to
the 3 months. Thank you. Soul Drinker also the 5 gifteds earlier as well.
Yeah, clumped up. That a medic's gonna go around and pick up as many people as humanly possible. Just to keep bodies.
We're just watching tonight. We're just watching.
Fairly easy to do that.
Fortunately, you don't have to watch me get
really well done
annihilated.
From the defense there.
We're watch partying tonight.
Just to keep bodies on the point.
Threshold's my favorite map for Conquest.
Matchup that I wanted to highlight. Again, the air superiority.
Does it look like Battlefield?
The helicopter.
Very similar. If you guys are more familiar with Battlefield,
it was left unchecked.
It's got big battles. It's got tanks. But like, if you compare it to the more recent Battlefield, right? Like they don't have like a commander on that. This game has it still has like a medic that can revive. It's got a recon that can give intel, but they have extra abilities. So like the recon can shoot a dart that will reveal players' locations. They've got some more gadgets and roles. It's a little more fast-paced in some ways. Oh, it's just different, you know? It's just different style.
And then flip the script. And once the script was flipped, TXT couldn't pivot.
Look at this, dude. They're going over the strategy right now. This is insane.
In like the blink of an eye. Absolutely crazy stuff there. Shout out to TL for being able to overcome the pressure, right? It felt like their backs were up against the wall. And somehow they were able to go ahead and turn that around. Now again, like I was going to say, we like to say sometimes, me and Goj, that Warfare, after watching a bunch of it ourselves, usually defensive sided. Usually we like to see the defense win more times than not, but this tournament again has
I like to see the attack win.
Let's take a look at our MVP. Everybody knew it, 78 Cat. The plays that he was making, we saw it in the highlights, we saw it during the game itself. The small nuances he was able to pull off in that vehicle aren't even shown.
It looked like day 2 was a big stalemate there
somehow,
too.
Yeah.
And he's almost like double the player behind him on the team.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
That's crazy.
Again, when we talk about stats, we've got a bunch of stats here on the page. AG78 Cat outscores everybody by a mile. It's not really close.
Did they get extra score for being the commander as well, though?
And that is correct. really well done from all three of these players. Look at the assist category. These are most likely, we'll have to double check this, I would assume these are his engineers that are going to be playing with him the entire time. So they're picking up crazy assists inside of his vehicle and around his vehicle, repairing that vehicle to make
yeah,
sure
he must have been
they're
a
the top
vehicle.
squad. And it's funny because our best squad stat is actually
The strategy meeting between games too.
And it's funny because they don't actually don't have great
They
score.
can't
It's
give
just
away
that
too much of the
HWA
strategy
Cat
though,
score
right?
drags it up so much that none of the other squads can compete from a score category, but it truly is a team effort, just like to highlight a couple individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. I did see there, actually in the squad of 78 Cat, Mao there was very high up on the leaderboard when we took a quick look at it right there in the vehicle destruction category. He was pretty much the highest. I think he had like 82 or something like that.
I'm sure it's the engineer rocket.
Yeah, definitely engineer.
Where's
for sure.
the map?
So, that being backed up by the fact
Talking
part of
the
the
plan.
squad there, you do want your engineers to be on your squad, so that way if they do end up going down where they're trying to repair your vehicle, they can
What do you
just
guys think?
spawn
Do they
back in on you? So great work being done there by the AG squad. Pretty easy to distinguish them from the rest of them because actually looking at it on the TL team, they're the only ones with AG in front of the name there. So cool to see that. But again, 1-0 right now in favor of TL. They're going to be on the attack, and this is, I honestly think that TL is a better attacker than a defender. Kind of get a little bit nerdy on you guys at home here. TL, you guys just watched Threshold, maybe for the first time, maybe for the 100th time like us. TL, they're going to start with that helicopter. We kept talking about that whole game, the defensive side, that they start with that LAV vehicle that tries
Does
to go ahead
TL
and
win
blow
the
up that
offense?
helicopter. You saw some
One,
incredible plays the last
if yes.
time TL played Threshold where they
do
used
what
their
the other team
helicopter
couldn't.
to actually
Or
fly
two,
all the way
no.
to the back of the map
The
where
second
defense
sector is going to be
spawns
too hard to
over top
push.
of that LAV that's been pestered
One or
in the whole
two.
game, and basically sent down.
Let's see what you guys think.
Strike
Place your
force
bets.
of paratroopers with a bunch of like Allura rockets and
They look good on
every single
defense.
explosive you
They
can
did
think
look
of,
very
and
good
that
on
LAV
defense.
was destroyed as soon as B1 spawned for them. So keep an eye out for exactly that. That's going to probably happen on the B sector.
We got confidence. We've got some confidence from the chat at TL. We've got some confidence here.
Also used a similar strategy, right? Having somebody jump in that helicopter with the pilot, who's probably going to be 78 Cat, and over top of the palace on Sector A, they actually send, again, a paratrooper down, and they kind of come into the palace on the flank side and try to get in that back hallway that we saw TXD take over. TXD did it from the front side. TL probably going to try to do it from the opposite side.
Yeah, and it's also funny too, you know, it's not always the case. It has been the case where I think 2 out of
62% say they're going to push it.
Noticed. AG-78 Cat is the helicopter operator for his team, which is also the commander
Okay.
that we've been hyping up, right? That does
Votes
give
are
the
in.
team an advantage in some ways because you've got eyes in the skies. He's got a better idea of the entire battlefield without
You're
having to
up
hear
insanely
all of the
late. I
comms.
am.
Is able to
I am.
communicate to the team very effectively. There are also some limitations with that. We know how good AG-78 Cat is on a vehicle on the ground, specifically in those lavs, tank destroyers, or anything in between. So not having him there, we'll have to see some others step up, which will be fun to watch. However, the problem with this TL roster, in a good way for them and a problem for their opposition, is that if they do take AG-78 Cat out of the helicopter, oh no, he has to go down to the ground and pick up a lav. Like, you don't want him in either place. So it is an interesting conversation. Absolutely want to get that helicopter out of the skies. Frankly, I think mostly you want the helicopter out of the skies for the C sector in particular. Without a helicopter in the air from the attacking side, C becomes a lot more difficult to hold as the defense.
I was just actually thinking about it, Goj. We keep talking about that. We know 78 Cat's going to be
63%. You can, I mean, you can still
We have
vote if you
actually yet
want,
to see
1 or
TL
2.
on a map that is not one that does not feature a helicopter. They played Ascension. The attack starts off with a helicopter there, and they've played Threshold 2 times now. And, you know, obviously the attack side does start off with that helicopter. So that's an interesting thing to kind of think about.
Yeah, it's an interesting stat. It's probably because we've rolled Threshold 6 times out of the 12
that helps, doesn't it?
And then we've played Ascension once, and then we've actually pulled Ascension from the one best of 3 that went to Game 3.
Yep.
Ascension was actually selected, so fun stuff here. Now, as a quick reminder, we take a look at our audience.
Good at strategy on the go.
We're like, why am I on camera? It's because we're at a fantastic esports event, that's why. But I think one of the things too to remember here, folks, this is winners.
$20.
final.
TL takes
So
it all.
If TXT loses here, they are not out of the competition.
We're
This is a
thinking
double
TL.
elimination
We're thinking
tournament.
TL
They'll actually
here.
drop down to the lower bracket where DNI is waiting. Dead Dog and Idle is waiting for their competition. I'm sure DNI is watching this from the back in the green room, and I think they would probably want to see TXT. But if I know DNI, I know Dead Dog, he's got a lot of respect for both opponents and is pretty willing to fight anybody, I'm sure, to earn the crown and the title of champion here at TFIW.
Absolutely.
Match 12, game
On
2.
screen right here are going to have to play back to back. And then if they actually win the second match that we'll see them in,
Yeah, 3 in a row.
they're going to have to go again in the championship game, right? So yeah, could potentially see one team play 3 games in a row, which is definitely not common. And in fact, it has not happened at all this event so far. The most we've seen is a back-to-back.
See our players loading in and preparing for the game. Once you see that timer on the screen, that means they have officially clicked the load in. So just making sure all the players are in, selected what they need to select, they've swapped sides. Again, we're about to see TL's attack on Threshold, which frankly has been something out of a movie almost every single time. I think TXT is going to have to do a pretty good job of holding, though. Again, they're so systems-oriented. I wonder what the conversations are between games, you know? We don't get a chance to listen to all the comms, nor would we understand all of them, I'm sure, but some of the conversations have to be
Hondo on
around this
TL
idea
now,
of
too?
trying to adapt,
Shoot.
right?
Have you played
You're
this on
actually
stream?
talking about
Oh, yeah.
conversations.
Dude, when this game first came out, I went crazy on it. And then for a lot of the updates, I still come back to it for the new seasons. What I love, though, is like the
Seriously, I don't. Like,
game
whenever those
doesn't
kind of
have wipes,
break,
because I mostly play the extraction side of the game, and it doesn't have wipes, so I can always go back to it whenever I want, and I still have my character, I still have my progress, I've completed all the quests. They do have seasonal updates that reset one section where you get like the 3x3 safe container on it, and
Take a look at the top right.
they added a new like end game map for the last season that I went back, and bro, there's bloodbath there. It's so insane. But the thing is, like with a game like that versus even like Ark or something, you have to go in with good gear. So when you play that game, it's like gear really, it really matters. And like you go up against people who are pretty freaking good. And like our gears, you kill them and you get gear. Like that's the thing in Ark, at least, is like you get a kill and they're just a bunch of free loadout guys, that's what I do too, because that's the best way. You're not really incentivized to use the stuff, which kind of sucks. But you know, each game's kind of different. This is also a first-person game, so they're very different. But this is the Warfare mode, anyways. But I played a bit of this. Like they came out with Jets. I think that was last season or maybe 2 seasons ago when we went and played the Jet Warfare. And it's a free-to-play game, and it's not pay to win, so you can just play the game, and you know, it's great. It's for free to play. It's insane, actually, how much. And if you guys ever heard of Black Hawk Down, Delta Force is the game that makes that video game. They just came out with that as well. That was a while ago, but that's free as well. So you can go play the game for free, multiplayer and everything. It's insane what they do, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. I think TL is going to win. Off that performance that holds, I think they're going to have the counter strategy to that. And I think they're not going to lose their helicopter. I think they're going to play even safer with their helicopter than not. I think that was the throw. I think they learned the lesson from the other team.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Folks, we are hopping in.
Game 2.
I am so
Finals.
ready for it. Again, swapping sides.
TL won the defense.
You're just maybe tuning in for the grand finals. We're back to Threshold. The attack becomes the defense. The defense becomes the attack. So TL will
best of 3.
Based on our
so if I guess if TL wins this, they just go through, right?
That's going to be the attack no matter what perspective we're on.
There's still 3 teams in it today.
You see red, that's going to be TL.
So I think the winner of this takes on the current champ.
TXT may be headed to the lower bracket.
If I'm not mistaken.
Threshold,
I might be confused
we
here.
know a lot about Threshold.
But I think I figured
I
it
highly
out.
doubt we will see anything different because we have seen so many renditions of this played. But if any team was going to surprise me in what they do, especially on the attack, TL would be the team that I would pick. Are they going to return back to how they played this map against DNI? It worked then. That was a 2-0. The attack was very
2-0 them last time? What?
Here we go. Loaded into the game. Commander selected. Operator choices locked in stone. We head into our very first point. This point A has been so variable every single matchup. Let's see how variable it is this time around. There's going to be a lot of the same or a little bit different. Here's the push coming in from the attack. TL could win it all on this map and move into the grand finals,
first
folks.
round, they're probably going to punch through.
Per the usual. Well, the holes in the walls of the palace. Use the tank destroyer aggressively, and it looks like TXD know exactly the strategy.
Got a defensive angle here on with the green.
Play the flank and try to pick up some in transition. And that was a great position there. I thought we were about to watch an
DNI in green. They lost the first round here.
Picked up off of that head glitch, as you can see here. The
Let's
fight
see what
for
they
the
can do.
is going to commence, and man,
They're
is
already
it
through, bro.
chaotic.
They're
That
already
little
through.
hallway can just be flooded with
These guys are
utility.
crazy
Makes
on
it
attack.
very, very hard to push through. TXD
Lost 2
make quick
lives.
work
They're
when
starting to
were
get
on
the cap.
attack, But look at this, an investment from
The
the
Palace is
vehicles on the
dying,
side
though.
of TL.
The green
This is
team
very
Palace
rare.
is dying.
Actually jumping onto the point right here kind of puts you in the sight line of a lot of the engineers.
AG78 Cat, by the way, is working for his team, hopping on
78 Cat, he's in the tank right there on the point. They're getting the cap.
And letting
That was the defender LAV last round.
Immediately taking it, immediately putting it into the neutral zone. TXD trying to swarm from the bridge position to find an angle to actually get some kills on the point. But it's really not all that close at all. Hardly a green body near the point. This is going to be a slow take. Based on the ticker,
they're not going to be able to get enough pressure from here. They're trying to get some picks. It doesn't even matter, honestly.
There to try to play
oh, they're getting on. They're getting on site.
So a nice push here from
So they got to push it at least 60 tickets. So they got to get him down to at least 120 tickets to have an impact on the next sector. Defense does.
7 right there, getting involved, picking up all the kills.
That tank's just sitting there for free right now, though.
The point,
one of them fell back.
TXD make a great push onto Sector A and actually reclaim it.
There were like 9 medics, by the way, able to do that. Any other class there, if there was more engineers or more something else,
they actually held that.
Not getting that many green onto the point.
Look, there's only one red on the flank here.
Waiting for a moment.
TL's pose got to the flank there.
Range as well. It needs to be careful and keep eyes to the sky.
Oh, he's got tanks on him. He's got enemies on him. No, those are the NGs. Those are the red NGs. That's his NG squad.
This tank destroyer may be in a bit of trouble. Still full health with engineers. Keeping pressure onto the point, but catching a lot of flack as A looks like it will fall.
Nah, there they go. They got him off. They got him off.
And a quick cleanup here. Helicopter.
Yeah, score. It's back up to 180. So that was it. You know, they held it. They did hold it longer.
Shout out to the side of TL
than the other team in the last one. Tyler, appreciate you, brother.
On the point for that
they held it a little longer time-wise. Doesn't matter, though. Still back up to 180 tickets. They still got their helicopter for attack as well, TL. This is where we're going to see it.
Here's going to be the strategy right now. I think they're going to try to do it again. They're going to try to fly the helicopter over top of the LAV and effectively send down a strike force. That being said, it does look like 78 Cat is quite far away. He's trying to find some allies right now.
Oh, he got it behind their lines here.
That's going to go through.
He got it behind their lines.
He's trying to break down the front door of the building so that way he can go ahead and hide.
Look at this.
Yeah, everybody knows what's coming. I mean, they watched a VOD. If you
there they go.
Dropping the parachute.
They're dropping
down.
in a unit.
Come the engineers.
Oh, shoot!
Out. Have they been spotted in the skies?
TL takes the helicopter behind the enemy lines. They all get out, send the RPGs. Get it to half health, but not enough.
They were able to do enough damage this time around.
He broke out the building so he can go hide in it now as well. Oh my goodness, dude.
Not gonna work this time around. But in this process, B1 is
he's dodging rockets. His helos just staying max height dodging rockets. Meanwhile, the fight's going down below. Bravo 1 about to be taken here.
They do not go down to that one easily. Remember,
the commander, AG78 Cat,
the defensive side.
Still in that vehicle, helping to
They're effectively
suppress
on a
fire,
little
but
bit
he
of a
can't go
time
into
rip to get
B1, so he's hanging back,
into the
just
defensive
sending out
side
the
of things.
rockets.
So that's why we actually see them go down in the sky, which makes that strategy all the more cool.
Mumbler knew. Yeah, there it is. There it is. TL's looking good.
Deployment will be caught in by 7-8 Cat. He's actually under pressure right now by a team of 4 engineers. He's going to go ahead and pick them up, so great awareness there. Now, I thought I saw...
This is the Helo POV. Went back to their base. That's back at the attack side base.
So I think Firecat is in the secondary gunner position, if I saw that correctly. We'll take a look at it here shortly, though. It's definitely possible. Yeah, I just saw AG78 Cat with a gun kill, so I think you are right.
Dude, look at the attacking side vehicle.
Firecat, which I believe, if I
Defense
remember correctly,
doesn't
is
have a vehicle, bro.
Picking up kills.
AG78 Cat
TL's
now
about to
on
make a
boots on the
push.
ground, leading his team into B2. Likely going to pick up a land vehicle here shortly.
Doge, where's the LAV for the defensive side?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened to it, but they don't have a vehicle.
It must have been from this heli. We must have missed it.
They've got a heli behind their lines, getting picks. The inside is about to push through to the objective. The vehicles are going to roll up. They're going to get the cat, dude.
There he is, dropping the respawn beacon with the assault vehicle, pushing the equation here.
No defensive vehicle. They don't lose the helo.
Rain on B2, TL.
They're already in.
Walking through the B sector.
Couple good picks. Okay, couple good picks coming from the left.
Opposite side of the map. The defense gonna try to
Red's
hold
losing a
on
lot.
here at B2 with an urgent deployment
TL's
of their
losing
own.
a lot.
AG78
But they still got the
Cat
respawn beacon.
is yelling at his team about something.
Oh,
I'm not sure what it is. Hands up. Getting ready. But here comes the TL tank destroyer finding
Okay,
so much value.
TXD's controlling, bro.
Making
TXD's
quick
holding them
work of
off.
his defensive pressure.
Oh, they almost had that.
Great work there as well to dodge those mines.
Still 148 tickets. They got time to make another push. TL still in?
The big rocket right there is
They still
going
got the
to
vehicle
follow up
in.
his push into the garage.
The push isn't even over.
We want to make this one hurt. XT77 is surrounded by all red, though. You can see the engineers on the back of the vehicle. They're trying to go ahead and repair it quicker than it is taking damage. So far, so good. It looks like it's almost back
keeping
up
it
to
up.
100 durability. But you want to talk about 100 durability. Look at the B2 sector, the B2 flag. That one was almost in full control of the defensive side of things. But as I say that, XT777 is back on
it's
the
clearing.
point. He's picking up
It's
kills
clearing.
once again.
They need to make a push on, though. They need the infantry on as well. Tank gets full health, opens the fight. He goes into some mines.
Straight through them and
Yep.
get low and
There we go.
Oh,
down.
no. He overextended all the way through. But Red still got the pressure. Red could still get this. TL loses the tank. They still got the helicopter pressuring, though.
Maybe a moment to breathe here.
Oh, look at the play. TXD went back to Bravo 1. They have one flank squad.
A moment to breathe before they regain and make another push.
They need both objectives fully capped to push the sector.
So they are scrambling right now, trying to figure out how to hold on to the B sector.
But they're clearing it. The helicopter came back and is laying pressure, but one of them's hiding inside the tent there. They get a respawn as well. 3 of them on.
The same squad is.
Here comes the backup vehicles. Uluru rocket coming out. Doesn't have enough range.
How many boots on the ground do we want to send towards that off of B2? As you can see right now, the flood being back allowed by TXD.
Bro.
Because that tug of war, right?
The OE into the mines. I think that cost them.
To B1. Yeah. But now, still no vehicles.
They still have the heli.
TXD.
Here's the thing. So they only get the helicopter. If you missed the first round, you only get the attack helicopter on the first sector. But because the helicopter didn't destroy, they still have the helicopter. If the helicopter dies, they can't spawn another one on the attack side, TL's red side. That's what happened when the roles were reversed, when TXD was on offense in the last round. They lost the helicopter. They couldn't keep the pressure. These guys are using the helicopter phenomenally. They're sending in TAC units behind the enemy lines. They're using it to pressure the back. I don't know how it's staying alive, but it is. They still got pressure on both. TL Red still got pressure on both here. Resecuring Bravo 1. And on B2.
To B2. Look at where some of the defensive players are
TXD's got the green vehicles coming in now, but
they just had them on the go. I don't think
it's going to be too late
to do it because of the vehicle advantage. Very well executed from the attack to be able to sniff out this push, get an advantage, and use it to maximum effectiveness.
They still haven't got it. They got it. Okay.
We are headed to the C sector.
Okay, we're going third sector. They still have the helo up as well.
How dominant.
And here's the thing. Their score, they get 60 tickets per sector push. So they push the first one. They already had full 170. Push the second one. They're back up to full health. They back up to a full 180 tickets. If they were below, like they had 80 tickets, they wouldn't be all the way up to it. They'd only have 120. Now they're back to full health. They got 120 tickets, 120 lives to use.
Finally starts to parachute down. Tries to make the run. He does do about 60% of the HP. I saw one of the paratroopers jump out.
Look at this
of the
helo
helicopter.
pilot's
He's gonna
insane,
try to go ahead
dude.
and
Their
steal
helo
it,
pilot's
actually,
insane.
but hits the ground. A little bit of a miscalculation there. That would have been a
They
great
tried to
steal,
steal
but a
the
little bit of a
vehicle,
miss.
landed it.
Yeah,
Steven,
it was
also,
just a
thank you, my
little
good sir.
too
Appreciate
deep,
that
and I
too.
think it's just a hair slow on the
Clinton,
strafing run. What they
Kadu,
usually
also,
go
thank you
for
guys so
is
much.
if
Appreciate
they
the
can't blow
jewels.
it up, sure, that's fine. Usually they're trying to blow up
Third
the
sector with the
vehicle,
helo is
waiting on the
insane.
vehicle,
180 tickets as
snipes
well.
them, and right when it hits the ground,
I mean,
have somebody
TL is looking
paratrooping in,
insane.
able to steal that vehicle.
They are
That is
looking
something that
good.
We've seen actually a couple times.
Look at how
So a
open
nice
this area
play
is
there,
for the
unfortunately
Caps,
not able to
too.
execute it yet again. TXD sniffing out a lot of these plays.
They're going to get a lot of use out of the helo here. 15 seconds before the push starts.
Playable game. And again, here's the problem. The helicopter's still in the air. This crane is not a real position that they can hold.
No. Green was going up on top of it.
Paratroopers coming in out of the
TXD's getting on
skies,
top of that
actually
crane.
getting
Doesn't
cut down.
matter.
Very well done from
Look at this. They're just sending in people at max height.
They have read the TL
parachute
playbook.
in.
Let's see if it really does
Here it
pay off
comes.
at the end of the game.
Pressure onto that
Again,
crane
we saw
early.
TL do that
Two
exact
medics
same
up there.
thing. They drop paratroopers on the top of C2.
The
in their
paratrooper
last
drop is
dominant victory on the
insane,
attacking
bro.
side.
Did they
They're
get through?
continuously trying
Two of
to
them
do
made
the
it
same
through!
thing. But honestly, TXD is doing a great job of putting this down. Finally, a couple
Nice
of
save.
them.
Medic
do
and a
the
recon.
land.
Recon
We'll
can get a
have to
spawn
see if this is
beacon.
gonna be
He
as
gets it down.
effective as
Assaults
they
on
thought it
him.
was going to
Two
be.
assault
Yeah, this
spawn
is
on
actually a
him.
really good play. They're able to get some respawn beacons down. This is immediately getting
Even if
sniffed
they
out
don't cap it, it's a
and
distraction.
as well.
It
They're
focuses their effort
aggressively.
now
As a
on this
reminder,
team
you got
rather than the helicopter. The
all
helicopter's
squad
raining
captains,
death on them still.
every iota of detail that can
The
be communicated
Cat's probably
is
coming
being
in. There he is.
spammed
Cat,
to
their
everybody.
commander's coming in
So
ground.
This is a really nice play. It's a play that's worked on other teams. It's not working on TXD.
Full engineer
but what
unit
it is
on with
doing
them.
Is giving the attack more room to work on the map. Legacy.
They killed it.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
That was good
since I've seen your
defense.
name. Wins out on a vehicle.
Good
train
defense
and
on the
gets
vehicle.
indoors. TXD holding on.
That was a good
TL,
hold.
They thought they were going to have a giant opportunity to
Here
push
comes
right
another
there. They called in the urgent
vehicle deep. They can
deployment
punish.
At the same exact time as we see
They
a
can
little
take
bit of
that vehicle. They don't.
tank destroyer.
They don't.
And
Oh, they
the
do.
right there,
They
but
trade
does get
vehicles.
traded out. They do lose their tank destroyer. There is another one that's going to try to follow up right here. But no, it's actually on the front side of C1. As you can see right there, Legacy still in that tank destroyer, trying to go ahead and pick up some of the remaining members on the attack right here. But Firecat is going to be
The big
raining
extension
down
from the
missiles
tanks.
from
They
above.
lost the tanks,
It
but
is
they
his
got the
only focus
position.
right now to try
Look
to
at the
help
whole
team
red TL is
clean out
on
the
C1
vehicle
right
game.
now.
Does look like we've got a lob down below picked up here by Xianjin. Huge vehicle advantage from the attacking side, and they're going to punish their opponents with it. Tank destroyer able to do whatever it wants to the backside. The only tank destroyer we have left on the defensive side is Legacy. Legacy is a difference maker for this team. The amount of times we've said Legacy's names in other matches has been innumerable, but in this matchup has been pretty quiet. until
4
now.
vehicles
Watch
on
out for
board.
Legacy and this tank destroyer.
For
Could play
TL,
for some really
about
big
to secure
trades with
Charlie
his
1.
engineers. Has continually Firecat finding value.
They
from
still
the
haven't
skies.
got them all out of the crane, though.
Once again, that position there up on the crane is super strong, but the fact that this heli is in the skies, they're able to go ahead and suppress that position almost entirely. And you want to talk about suppression, C1 is now in
Another
full
good map is
control
Ascension
of the
as well,
attacking
yeah.
side for TL. We have been in this
Seems like
match
they
for
were saying earlier,
13
Threshold, they've been
minutes.
playing this map a
game for
lot.
13 minutes, and we are already on the C sector. 160
Here we go.
lives still available for TL. The defensive side is trying to get a vehicle online by calling into C2. This keeps it a little bit protected from all of the rockets
Okay.
that are surely going to want to land.
Yeah, this is a big take here. AG78 Cat has
2
marked
tanks
C1.
on
I
board
believe
now.
he's gonna take the hold, likely a hold here. So net this some extra score after about 2 minutes or so. Nice play.
Back
just
for
to make sure
TXD.
they have what they need to finish the game. They came into this C sector with a maximum amount of lives, which I'm not sure we've seen a lot of teams be able to do that didn't just steamroll their opponents. But we have seen teams, especially RLF, they are out of the competition.
There he goes.
They
He
have
got him
held
out.
down
He got him out of the
C2
crane.
for 150 plus lives before with just 2
Charlie
wins.
1
It is
fully
possible.
secured now
It is very,
for
very
TL.
difficult.
They're almost down 40
if we have a
tickets,
fighting chance.
but that's not much.
to window of opportunity to make it straight to the grand finals without dropping a match starting to slip out of their grasp.
Backs up against the wall now for TXD.
Not everything is destructible. It's very specific what is.
That they only have one left. And that's going to be to bunker down on C2. But the attack is well aware
That'll
of
help
that.
the
They're trying
defense.
to go ahead and push on to C2. See if they
I
can start to
think
pick
if
up
they
some of those
get
vehicles. They're going to be extremely
C2
hard to blow up, right? You're not going to have help from the skies, that helicopter, because it is all indoors over there. And the infantry,
I don't think I've even seen this game go to the
jump across the
final
bridge
sector.
is usually one that helps you find your demise. And as I said, that 78 Cat on the C2 right now. One of the vehicles on the defensive side actually went down sometime during that push. Now,
They're on, the last green vehicle is about to go down.
He's the only thing standing for TXD that can help them.
But good to see you, my good sir.
Low,
Thank you so much for the 15 months and the subbage.
Boom!
There it goes. Do they trade the vehicle at least? They need to at least trade one.
The last remaining hope
They
for
do.
TXD to hold down this sector.
This is a perfect example of how to use your
But the
advantages
infantry's in.
effectively. They're
Now they're
willing
trying to
trade out
retake
vehicles
Charlie 1.
when they
They've
have more than their opponent.
swapped the
Obviously,
pressure
a
since
great
they lost the
fight, a
vehicle.
great effort. The problem is
TL
they
holds
didn't
it.
have enough backup because of the amount of value we're finding with the infantry on the ground from the TL side. So much value. C1 gone. C2.
They get the
about to
respawn
fall as
beacon
well.
out.
Respawn beacon.
Big
from the
flank there.
defense immediately cut down, by the way. Defense is scrambling for anything they can get their hands on. And 777's going to play this nice and safe, make sure his vehicle stays alive, heals back up, and then goes in.
Oh man, the early shots on their tank coming in as well. This is in their spawn at this point. They're holding this down.
Another vehicle falls for the defense. They can't get anything going, so they try to switch back to C1. This is what they did in the B sector. It worked once.
It worked for a little bit, not much. Down to 118 tickets, so they're now in good territory, although looks like it's the last sector anyways.
They know their vehicles are the only way back into this for TXD.
Get a vehicle in.
Is now called in by the defensive side of things. They have to get back to the point. The points, both C1 and C2, they're almost all entirely red. As you can see right now.
Here comes tank in. Oh, he's so outnumbered. He's got the APS online.
Defensive right now, but he's going to be pushed off. C2 is now captured fully in the hands of TL. C1, it's back, it's fourth, but it's all TL at the end of the day.
You guys called it.
Once again, it may be Ascension.
You guys called it.
2 times, but 3-0 in their matches. They find themselves in the championship game.
They do it. The other team couldn't. TL wins the offense.
TL have yet
2-0.
to drop a single map. Going into the grand finals, they are going to be feeling very confident.
Dang, dude.
Some individual highlights, but a team victory.
Dang, dude.
That felt so free.
All right. I mean, now I'm a TL fan. I gotta say, I think they're gonna take it.
Great preparation.
Now I'm like confident on them.
They knew what TL were going to do on the attack side. But when those plans failed, it just didn't matter. TL bounced back.
That was
They
insane.
had a second option always ready.
Woo, let's take a look at the highlights.
On land, all the way down to the finals here.
On point A, and I think for both of these teams, they were maybe willing to give away point A or not invest too much. Or maybe they just couldn't keep up with the pace because, well, I guess you're earning
It
extra
seemed
scores
like,
along
I mean,
that
they
team
gave it a
goes
bit
on.
of an effort, but I think they were getting ready for the
Regardless,
second
most of the main
sector
strategies
defense.
that TL usually uses
What I want to know is how did they destroy? How did TL destroy the helicopter on the other team?
And again, anytime you leave a helicopter to do whatever it wants, it almost always makes a huge
When TL was on
impact the
defense in
map.
round
We
1.
saw finally some anti-tank mines find some value from the TXD side on defense, but still,
Yeah, those
even
AT
with
mines
a
almost shut
little
him down. It
pressure
killed
release
Cat's
there
tank.
by going over and trading out for B1. They tried to do it a second time, and they just didn't have enough firepower. Down in numbers, down in advantages. We moved into Sector C. Sector C is one that can be held decently long. We saw Legacy finally get some trades, but I don't know about 180 lives long. Max amount of lives,
And
they
with the
hardly
helo still
needed
up.
half of them to take both of these sectors. They had vehicle advantages, they won almost every single trade, and they were able to just put boots on the points much faster than the defense. Very well executed
Even if it's an
from
even
TL.
fight,
They look
like,
near perfect. They look
If
so
this vehicle versus this
systematic while
vehicle,
also being able to adapt. They're
when
the
you
best
just got
team
that
here on
extra
paper.
pressure of
We'll
the
see what they're
rockets
able to do
coming
the
in
grand finals a
from the
little
helo,
bit later from
it's
now.
so like that.
Absolutely.
Even if that like 10, even if it does 10%
Turning
difference,
our
that's enough to
eyes
win.
Over towards the scoreboard now. How did that one kind of get broken down?
Cat
78
still
Cat
top of the
switching
board
things up,
every
was not
game,
actually
dude.
in the pilot seat for most of that match. Still at the top of the scoreboard. And let me tell you something, XD 777, an absolutely incredible performance. Vehicle domination throughout the entirety.
This must have been the heli
Yeah,
pilot,
and
right?
again, AG-78 Cat started in the heli, and then it was traded.
doesn't
over
show
to
the
Firecat.
deaths.
But again, we saw value from the helicopter in ways that aren't represented on the scoreboard. Firecat is last on the leaderboard with only 13 kills. But
No,
from
okay,
an
this was the
objective
pilot.
advantage,
That makes sense.
Pushing vehicles back, zoning
Yeah,
off
exactly.
areas,
It's the
dropping paratroopers
extra-
down. That's how much value you can really see
Yeah,
from
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
helicopter.
yeah.
And big shout out to 777 there.
100%.
50 kills. 777, kind of the second in command when it comes to a competition of this scale. You can see AG-78 Cat talking to his teammate there, doing a really good job with this whole roster to stay composed, but also stay fiery. AG-78 Cat, if you saw that something was going wrong, he got active for a moment. Let's take a look at the overall team stats. Again, solid numbers across the board. Not a crazy amount to write home about because, frankly, this is a
5 vehicle kills, 99 revives, 382
Not gonna
kills.
final look towards the time that took, but I believe it was around 15 to 16 minutes. So, yeah.
Next game, yeah, I
Definitely a
believe
very
next game is the
fast one.
final
No
final.
Surprise, but that is how long it took TL.
Today is
Again,
day 4 of their
they're
land.
so strong.
This is the end
on
of
the
it.
Attack. Of course, we did see them defend as well.
There's
But you really get to see how
I
it's
think
all
it's
broken down,
another
how the
best of
team
3.
maneuvers
We'll see.
around the
We'll see. We'll
map
see.
when they are on that offensive side of things. Now, I guess goes for us.
Ghost
time to start talking
should
about
explain it
TXT
soon
and
here.
how their path continues in this competition.
Yeah, they're going to be headed down to the lower bracket. They're not done yet. They're actually going to be right back on stage here
Oh.
shortly,
Yep.
having to go back to back and talk about a momentum killer, man. You go in at a perfect tournament.
Oh,
You're
so
doing
did
a
okay?
fantastic
This
job.
was the upper.
Skipped yesterday based on your success. You go
So
straight
they
into
make
the
it through
finals,
to
and
the
then you
final
get
team,
blown
and now
out.
this is the
I mean,
lower
that
bracket
is
going
a
up against these guys that
huge
just got
hurt.
knocked down to
And
lower.
you're going down to play DNI, which is a great team.
Bro,
But let's take a look at
TL's
our
gonna win it. I
MVP.
think
we know
TL's gonna
who
win
it
it.
is. There
I don't
he is
know.
on
We got to see
screen
the
on
other
left.
team, but TL's
78
looking
Cat, I
good.
can only imagine.
Next
he's
is the
gonna be
lower
our
bracket
MVP,
final.
not
Okay,
only
okay,
for
okay,
last
okay.
game,
Gotcha.
But also for this game, which means he is the MVP for the match. Really well done from this commander. A team effort, but able to execute the plan near perfectly and adapt when you need to. Vehicle kill, 32 kills, 26K plus score. Great job.
Yeah, once again, showing flexibility as well. Hopping in and out of the pilot seat constantly throughout that game. Hopping in those assault
Hey, appreciate
vehicles
you, Sour. Thanks for
constantly,
tuning in,
as
man.
well, making sure that those respawn beacons for the entire team were down and put into good positions. At one point, during one of those attacks on to B2, I saw the beacon right in the middle of the point, surrounded by smoke. So great work there by 78 Cat. No surprise. And somehow, some way, 78 Cat's not going to be a part of the best squad.
Yeah.
But no surprise to see it's going to be XD 777 is going to be a part of the
TXD
squad
versus
that
DNI
does
is next.
take the reigning
Is that what it is? Okay.
best squad. Firecat as well, getting some recognition again.
Look at the assists there from both of these two players in the middle.
67
Roddy has been
assists,
top
holy
assist, by the way,
jeez.
in the entire competition. Really cool stuff. We're getting a nice celebration here because TL Tang Long has made it to the grand finals. They get a chance
Grand
to take
finals.
a break in this best matchup and see who their competition will be
TXT,
for the
to
final
win this,
match of the day.
would have to go. They just fought, right? They just fought. They just lost. They got to go to losers bracket. They got to win there. Then they got to take TL again and beat them after getting 2-0'd by them.
Now, I suppose TL, I don't know.
That's what I don't know, man. TL's looking pretty insane.
Which side they're cheering on. Like I said before, I think just like us, they want to see good
That's
games.
looking pretty
that
insane.
That was a good one. It just unfortunately, I don't know.
But maybe this other team's coming in rested.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
They
You
beat
got TL
TXC
up there
and
on
then they
the
go
stage.
on and beat
Sometimes
TL. Maybe
very
they
hard to
take
go ahead
TL.
and
I don't
pick
know.
up or
They
put up
they
a
made their way
good
through the
fight.
losers.
Excited to hear from one of their players very, very shortly. But like we said, now TXD, our next match of the day, they're going to be going up against DNI in the lower bracket. Stay tuned for that in a little bit.
Yeah, and I'll be really interested to hear from, I assume, our commander down on the stage. We've got an amazing host down there, Tao, with an interview from the winning team, TL. So pumped about this one, folks. Let's listen in, and then we'll be back for another match. Let's head down.
Xin chào, hãy cùng chúng tôi quay trở lại với sân khấu lớn để cùng đến ngay với phần phỏng vấn sau trận đấu và chúc mừng cho chiến thắng của Thong
I can't translate
đã chính thức
this.
trở thành đội tuyển đầu
I'm not
tiên
gonna be able to
bước vào trận
translate this
chung
one,
kết đầu.
guys.
Và bây giờ hẳn là commander của đội tuyển Thăng Long, đó là AG78 Cats, cũng đang có rất nhiều cảm xúc để chia sẻ với chúng ta khi họ vẫn đang
They're in
giữ
Vietnam
chuỗi trận
for the,
bất bại đến
tournament.
thời điểm này. Bởi vậy mà hãy cùng chúng tôi tìm hiểu ra ngay
I'm
trong
not
phần phỏng vấn
mistaken.
sau trận đấu này nhé. We are heading back to the stage, and congratulations to Thong Long for becoming the
Here
very
we go.
first team to advance to the grand final match. Such an amazing performance and well-deserved victory. We will say that
Man, I wish I
they
could
have
speak another
remained
language.
an undefeated record until this time in this journey. Such an amazing performance. And now, standing next to me, welcome back to the stage again, the team's commander, AZ78 Cat, and let's hear what the winner have to say with us. Xin chào AZ78 Cat, Ni hao. Không biết là lúc này thì cảm xúc của bạn như thế nào khi đã trở thành đội tuyển đầu tiên bước thẳng vào trận chung kết tổng?
How do you feel becoming
Does she
the
speak
very
three
first
languages?
team to step into the grand final?
腾龙队已经成为了第一个队伍进入总决赛
I can't。
那你
keep
们
up.
现在的感受如何？可以分享一下吗？
I think she did, dude.
你们已经成为了第一个队伍进入总决赛，那你们现在的感受如何？可以分享一下吗？
Amazing.
也是不出所料啊，也是成功的以2-0的战绩拿下了对手。只是说，我在第一场的采访就是这么说的，我也是不能欺骗大家，在总决赛，我也会以这种成绩，以碾压的技术，让大家记住腾龙。
Trong phần trả lời phỏng vấn trước
She
đó,
speaks five.
thì tôi cũng đã từng nói là chúng tôi sẽ cố gắng chiến thắng với tỷ số 2-0 để tiến vào
That's
trận chung
incredible.
kết. Và bây giờ chúng tôi đã làm được điều đó. Đến trận chung kết thì chúng tôi cũng sẽ cố gắng giữ vững thành tích
Anybody
này.
speak more than one language in the
previous
chat?
interview, I have said that
Oh, here we go,
will
English,
try
go
our
on.
best to win with this score 2-0, and now at this moment we did it. We hope that we could keep that stability into the grand final match.
Quả là một tinh thần rất tuyệt vời và một sự tự tin rất lớn đến từ
Amazing.
Thăng Long, đúng không ạ? Vậy thì theo đội trưởng thì trong trận đấu vừa qua, đâu là cái điểm mạnh lớn nhất của đội tuyển của bạn mà đã được các bạn thể hiện ở trong cuộc đấu vừa rồi?
As its commanders, what do you think? What is the
Swedish and
strongest
yeah, you
points
know what?
that
We
you
probably
think
got
have
some
made
Europeans tuning
during
in.
the
I feel like you
match?
guys probably know more languages.
刚才的那场比赛，你觉得你们队伍最强的一点、最突出的一点体现在哪个方面？
在第一把的防守方的时候 ，TXD 的步兵的实力也是非常的强劲。
My Singapore friend speaks 7
但在
languages.
B 点的时候，我们已经够
Not
积分
uncommon to
成功地
uncommon to
交出
speak
破战车
more
的
than
时候
3.
敌方
Dang,
的
dude.
小鸟直升机来进行一波骚扰，也是
Yeah, I
成功
got
地有
some
军兵来
Spanglish
进
under
行
my
击
belt
杀
too.
并且让我们
Just
载
some.
具稳住了整个 B 点的
Not
据
enough
点
to communicate
后
though.
面在
I
调
can
出大量
barely
载
speak
具，我们
English.
以载具的优势
Ah.
也是成功了拿下的比赛。
English I've heard is hard though to learn.
Thì đối thủ cũng là rất mạnh và trong map đấu đầu tiên thì chúng tôi cũng đã gặp một số khó khăn nhưng mà
So I
sau
think
tất cả
I
thì
think
chúng tôi
he's
vẫn
speaking,
vượt qua được
she's
và giành
translating
được
it, and then
kết quả lý tưởng.
he's
We were
translating what
facing
she
a very
says.
strong competitors during the match, and in the very first location, we've been struggling a little bit, but after all, we were working well together, and finally, we got what we imagined, and we worked what we deserve to be the winner.
Vâng, họ vẫn luôn đánh giá cao đối thủ của mình, mỗi đối thủ.
But you know what? AI's
That
getting pretty
means
good at
good shots,
translating as
man.
well. Good shots. GG's. GG's. Milani, thank you for the 2. Cobb, thank you for the 15 months as well, my good sir.
Your team were
Because I've seen that. Have any of you guys tried that? Like the... Oh,
winning streak. Coming up to the grand final, what do you have? What is your strategy, or what do you plan for?
那
Like, have you guys ever tried that? Like the ear things or the glasses or anything that translates to real time for you, and had a conversation successfully with that?
到现在的总决赛，每一轮都让我有非常大的压力，因为8大赛区能来到现场的所有队伍都不是等闲之辈，我们都会以
I've never used it.
去跟对面进行
AG's just straight faced, looking right at the camera. He's confident, dude. He's confident.
我们会打出更加亮眼的
Good to
操作
see.，
拿下冠军。
I mean, he's dominating out there.
Từ trận đấu đầu tiên cho đến bây giờ thì chúng tôi đã gặp rất nhiều đối thủ mạnh, nhưng mà sau tất cả thì chúng tôi vẫn có thể chiến thắng được.
Sometimes Mrs.
Chúng tôi mặc
Context
dù
takes-
áp lực, nhưng mà đến với trận chung kết
takes
chúng
it too
tôi vẫn
literally.
sẽ cố gắng
I would think it
để
would take
cống
too
hiến
long,
cho
but-
tất cả mọi người nhiều màn đấu mãn nhãn hơn.
I mean, this takes a while too.
From the very first match that we have been facing so many strong competitors in this competition, but after all, we are trying our best. From match to match, we are winning and winning. And for the grand final, we are going to give out 100% of our energy to give all of the audiences here for the really, really amazing matches.
Chắc chắn đây sẽ là một trong những lời hứa rất đáng chờ đợi. Đặc biệt
Depends
là
if you
với những
consider
fan hâm mộ của
Croatian,
Kenwan,
Bosnian,
và
Serbian,
hãy cùng chúc cho
Slovenian,
họ
all the
sẽ
same
thật mạnh mẽ
language.
trong trận đấu cuối cùng, bởi họ
They
vẫn
would
đang chứng
consider
minh
them
chúng ta rằng
different.
họ chính là
I have no
ứng cử viên
idea.
rất
Are
nặng
those
cho trận
similar?
vô địch năm nay. Once again, congratulations to your win, your wow days of victory today, and we do believe that you are making a statement that you guys are one of the serious contenders for this championship with your destructive power until this time. So good luck for you in the grand
'Cause I
final.
think,
Thank you
like-
so much for the interview. Và các bạn khán giả thân mến, như vậy là chúng ta đã khép lại trận thi đấu đầu tiên.
Like
Nhanh
Brazil,
chóng và tìm ra được cái tên đầu tiên.
their language is a
Một lần
little
nữa
different
chúc mừng
than
cho
Spanish,
Thăng Long.
right?
Còn ngay sau đây thì trận đấu mang tính chất quyết
But
định
they're
tầm
kinda
cuối cùng
similar.
vào chung kết tổng giữa DNI và Tuxedo NXG cũng sẽ diễn ra
Portuguese,
trong một ít phút
yeah.
nữa. Bởi vậy mà đừng đi đâu cả, chúng tôi sẽ quay trở lại ngay.
Unk
Ladies and
knows.
gentlemen, the next coming match will be a
It's
decisive
not, but
match
can't-
between DNI and Tuxedo NXG.
I've heard that if,
Curious
like, if
about
you
the
speak
result?
Portuguese, you
Stick
could kinda
around, we will
understand
be right
Spanish.
back in just a few minutes.
But not the other way, or something like that. Similar words, similar root words. I know, like, French and Spanish have a lot of similarities in some words, but it's not, like, enough that you could speak it. But I don't know Portuguese at all, so I don't know about any of that. Yeah, no, I know there's, like, different accents of Spanish and Spain versus French. Yeah. Similar in some ways. Shoot, are they gonna have... Is this how long the break is?
Glory speaks Portuguese.
Really? I didn't even know that. Milani, appreciate you. We could also hop in with some of the other creators that are watching this and chill for a little bit. We would like to discuss some of the action here. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Delta Force at all, if you've never played it, this action is very intense. I will say, if you're playing pub games, it can get pretty intense as well. Especially if you become like a really good pilot at the game. That's what I like to do usually. But not everybody's that insane at the game. There's definitely a lot of people that are good, but in competition, it's a little different. Even some of the competitions that I've recently done on the game were crazy. We did one that was like a TDM one, and everybody was so good, man. It was craziness. It was kind of more like this, but like in the pubs, it's a little bit more chill, and it's obviously free game. A lot of people always ask, like, is it a pay-to-win game because it's a free-to-play game? But all the core weapons, everything that you can get, you just get from playing, and it's not like you can buy the progress for it. I've played a lot of other pay-to-win games in my day. And it's surprising how little this has in it, considering you can also play the campaign, you got the multi, you got the extraction mode, and all that stuff on it. It's actually pretty impressively not pay-to-win. And then what I really like though is that you can play it and you get like tokens and you can
We have
unlock
time
any
for one
weapon that
raid
you
while
want.
we wait. It'll bring defibs.
Do we have time? I don't know. I don't know. Boot it up. But they got different ops, so you know you can choose whatever you want. It's a different style of game. Obviously, this is FPS, so it's super fast action on it, and you got to risk yourself if you're gonna push out and expose yourself. You got to actually risk and push out, which I've mostly played FPS games in my day. Some people have been liking the third, you know, like even in Ark. It's been fun, especially on the extraction side. But it's just like this is a totally different experience, even for the extraction. Even for the sake of looting in the game. Like, you're not... This game has an actual market in it. So, like, if you get value, if you get 5 mil in value, you actually get to buy stuff that makes a difference in your raids. Which is really fun. It's a different element to it that I really like. And if you're playing the game, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but at least if you're playing the extraction side of it, nothing resets. So like the character that I have, I can boot it up whenever I want to, and I still have all my stuff. Well, actually, there is some reset. They have like seasonal missions, and at the end of a season, which it usually lasts for I think like 2 months or so, only that one faction, so there's like 5 different factions, and that one faction will reset. All your other quests will keep up. In at least in some of the previous seasons, they've added a couple main quests here and there, but then they also completely redo all of the seasonal quests, which I love. At least when I've done it in the past, because then it's at least it's different every time. Sometimes though, I will say, like at least in one of the last seasons when I checked it out, a lot of it was going to the most hardcore end game map, and I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. Actually, it was Space City, which wasn't necessarily the most hardcore, because they added a new end game map that's even more hardcore. It's insane. But Space City is still very hardcore. It's very hard to exfil out of it. Merry Christmas, man. Hey, Merry Christmas, brother. Is Arc Raiders better than DMZ? I mean, I think all of them just kind of depend. I think DMZ's a pretty easy one to beat, though, personally. I think this one blows DMZ out of the water. At least from the old MW2 one that came out. And no economy. No quests. Like, the quests were okay, but you could do like 1 or 3 of them at a time. The loot you'd get out didn't matter. This raid, like, I never even found the Heart of Africa in this. It's like the most expensive item in the game. But you find a red in this game, it actually is crazy value. And in this game, you have to have the right size item to fit in the right bag and in the right slot. So like the safe pouch it's a 2x2 or 1x, it depends on whatever you get. But the biggest one you get is a 3x3. Stone, you gotta stream some more Delta? I know. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I wish that the game came out on console at the same time when, you know, the PC one did, because I know a lot of you guys were waiting for it and didn't get to play it. A lot of you guys watched me play through all of the content for it, and then had already seen some of it, so maybe when it came out on console weren't as interested. But there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people in the community that did go over once it came out on console, because now it's out on console. It's got out controller support. I don't remember who it was, but I was watching somebody who full sent in on Delta controller, and they seem to be crushing it on controller. They seem to do a good job. It's also on mobile too. I've seen a couple people that are pretty big on mobile. I used to watch a lot of people on mobile play the game, because I think in China they got early access to some of the updates on mobile. And so I learned what were the items that I needed to collect and stuff for the season 3x3. Because every season, if you can complete the entire 3x3 container, you would get, or if you could complete the entire seasonal quest, you would get a 3x3 container for the rest of the season, which lets you get way more loot out. It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. But yeah, even the 3x3, like, you can't just buy the 3x3. Like, if you play Tarkov, can't you just buy it? Or no, maybe not the 3x3 you can't buy. I think you can. It sounds so stupid to say it, but can you? Chat, do you guys know? The 3x3 safe container? I know you can earn it by playing the game, but I'm pretty sure you can buy it. But in Delta, you cannot, like, even for free-to-play game, you cannot buy the 3x3 container. You have to actually earn it and, like, play the game. That's what it's nice. Easy, appreciate you, dude. Maybe you have to earn it. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long. But I know in Delta or in Tarkov, you can... I mean, that game's like $150 for the big version of it if you want the PvE side of it and everything. That's why I don't know, man. I've always been amazed by this game. And they have, I know, I think anti-cheat is always a big thing that people bring up too. Cheaters in games. These guys are doing more than what even COD was doing. They got secure boot already. They've got, they got a lot of measures that they try and put in place. Obviously, you're going to have cheaters in a free-to-play game as well, but, I mean, they've been pretty aggressive on it. I see them post about it and talk about it more than a lot of the other games do, at least. They also have a system which I really like. I just wish that I would see it more often pop up. Although, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I never got it, but I know people have told me they've gotten it. Where if you die to a cheater, they will give you your gear back. So, like, if that person gets banned, you'll just get mailed your gear back that was from that raid when you ran into the cheater. Which is, like, that's amazing. I like that. I do like that. But obviously, that's all the extraction mode stuff. I don't know how many of you guys have. Obviously, this is we're watching the Warfare competition, really. The other side of it, well, I just like the extraction mode, though, dude. I love it. And the fact this game even has it is insane. But the other element of it, of course, is the Warfare. And I got to play in one of the tournaments when there was this commander mode in it. It didn't end well for me, guys. I didn't mean to, but I clicked out that I wanted to be the commander. Yeah, it didn't. You would think I would be a good commander. I was not a good commander. I was definitely not a good commander at all. Not in this one. I didn't know what I was doing. I did play good. I will say, I think I played pretty good, all things considered. The other team was just much better. But this is something that actually some of the older Battlefields had. I think it was in like Battlefield 2 or something. Some of you guys were telling me about it at least. They had a commander on the battlefield. So you could be playing the game and then also help give orders for your team. You could drop help. You could do things for it. I don't think 2042. Maybe they had that. But this is like a whole nother level. You can voice, apparently you can even voice comm, strategize, give commands to your whole team. All at one time. 2142, maybe. But they can organize and strategize the battle while they're still playing. Because I think Battlefield 4 had it, but that was like on an iPad. You had to play it on an iPad or like a top-down. And I know some of you guys were even telling me you guys wanted to see that in the game again when like 6 came out. I was like, I played it back in the day, and I even tried to do a commanding officer video doing it. Bad Company 2, did that have it? Yeah, the Battlefield 4 one had the iPad. But, bro, I was so bored of it. I don't know. It was kind of cool for like a game, but for I'm sure the amount of work that it took to make that mode, and you're just like dragging around. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I wasn't super interested in it again. But I feel like this is at least a good way to do it. You can call in extra stuff, especially in competition. I don't know how it works out for the pubs. Maybe it's not as exciting for the pubs. Although I think if you were actually like really good commander in a pub, that would probably make an insane difference. If you were actually calling in the right vehicles, calling in the right airstrikes, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it could be insane for pubs too. Clearly, it's making a difference for these guys. TL's team is going insane with that. But this game has so many operators on it as well now. It's pretty. It's not like what is it? And maybe it's like 10 to 12 or so. Came out with a really solid base, and they've pretty much added all the categories. They added a new. They pretty much added everything. The Shielder, I think, was the first one they added. And I think he was a bit controversial for some people until they actually, so they thought it was going to be too OP. And he was pretty strong when he came out. He did see some nerfs. He was pretty strong. But he actually was kind of insane because you'd have one person running the shield. Even now, you could probably still do it. But you have one person running the shield to just tank it and be like the distraction. Because if you don't deal with him, he's going to get on you. He's going to grapple hook you and kill you. He can like zip you. He can shoot the grappling hook, grab you, and pull you to him. It's crazy. It is really... each of the characters have a really strong ability, though. Like, none of them... It's not the main way that you fight, but they have a strong ability.
Substone, happy to see you live.
What
I
up?
did play the Commando mode in
There you go,
BF4
with the
2
5
years
months.
ago, and it was an interesting concept, but I get why it may not feel like it belongs in a Battlefield game. Anyway, is this really an esport on the big game modes?
It is, dude. I mean, they got a 200K competition that's going on right now. This is the finals going on right now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out tonight. So far, so good, I think. It's a best of 3 that they're doing for the matches here. Got 8 months play time on BF2 PC. Worked at a LAN center. I'm old. Oh, shit. Best of 3. We just watched the ending of the upper bracket finals. Now they're going to lower bracket finals. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're on super late night. Because this is in Vietnam. This match is going on. That's where they're hosting it. Obviously, very late for the U.S. Very late. In fact, probably too late for many of you. I don't know if we got the U.S. people even still awake. They might have fallen asleep at the computer. Got it up on the big screen there. Is 30 considered old? Shoot, man. I was playing with somebody and they started calling me Unk. Was it Tom? I think it was. But it's also true, you know. I am an uncle. Son of a gun was right. Called me out. I got caught. But yeah, anyways, they've added a bunch of new operators to the game. They also added this girl who is insane. She's got a combat role that she can do. She also has these hooks that pretty much make her unkillable. She puts the hooks down, can push up. If she dies, she gets zipped back. It's kind of like a back in time, but it's not really. It's not like crazy sci-fi. It's more like military tech type of stuff. So he's pretty strong. Ohio, 2 a.m. Still tuning in, Stone. Shoo! Ohio's the East Coast? $12, 1, 2 o'clock. It's gotta be on East time. Damn. Dang, dude. We're getting into the loopy hours, though, guys, because I normally go to sleep at about 10 o'clock. So it's already past my bedtime. So I might start hallucinating soon. We'll see how the evening goes. I'm interested in the lore for Delta Force. Yeah, you know, it's the campaign for this game is Black Hawk Down, which probably a lot of you guys know from the movie. I think they had they did have a Black Hawk Down game back in the day that was also made by Delta Force as well. But they do have some lore for the characters and stuff. They actually have some pretty dang good trailers for this game as well, like when the new seasons drop and everything. Really good ones. They added I know, I'm forgetting all the characters' names, but they added this old dude, this guy down here. He's actually super badass. His trailer was crazy when they added him. I mean, they all kind of are. This is my favorite character, though, is Luna. She's the best. She's got a crazy bow. It scans the area, reveals players' locations. She's got nades. She's good. I mean, they all have some super good. But I really like her. I really like playing range too. So it works good with a sniper, kind of scout areas. Super valuable. Recon, super valuable. I don't know how effective she'd be in this. I've seen a lot of people run an assault. D-Wolf is one of the main assaults. Because he's just super well-rounded. He's got smokes, and he's got a nade launcher. So he's just super, super well-rounded. And he's got a slide. He's the only character that can slide. So he's got good mobility. Seen a lot of that. And a lot of medics, too. This is the other medic. He's the main medic. I think, at least, because he's got the big smoke screens. He puts down a giant smoke wall. He's got smoke nades. Defib, you know. It's good. Pretty good. I don't know. Is there a T-Rex? I don't know. Raptor, D-Wolf, and Toxic are from Black Hawk Down group. Gizmos from Yeshua. Okay. Yeah, this is a Delta Force tournament. Is this the real life Stone? Is this live? It is. Texan, it's good to see you, brother. Badge is looking good on you. How's the operation compared to Black Budget? This game is way more polished. Black Budget is I mean, it's just an alpha, but it's kind of that was one of the things. Even when this game was in beta, I was like, "Geez, this game is just it performs well. It works good." Even compared to like Arc, there really was no out of bounds glitches. No like going through key doors. That's been a big thing in Arc. You just go through every key door. Kind of ruined the economy at the beginning of the game. But there's no market for that game either. They're just different, right? But this game's actually got a market where it's like a player market. So if you get a good item, you can sell it on the market to other players. You can sell it to vendors for cheap, but you can put it on the market.
Just outside
hope it
meteor
sells.
shower watching.
Dude, you know what? I saw that. I saw there was a meteor shower or something tonight. I saw a video about that earlier. Is that true? Did you see any crazy stuff? It's probably too cloudy here. It's just been rainy and stuff. Actually, this evening was nice. I went for a nice walk. With Little Bear. It's so funny when I take him out. He's just like he's 14 years old. Little Bear, my dog, is 14 years old, guys. I open the door to go out there and he's like running. He wants to go run. Immediately, he wants to go run. So I ran down the street with him. Because he like starts running and he looks back at me like, come on. This guy still got the moves. Little Bear's a good boy. Now he's probably asleep. He was so tired after that though, man. He fell fast asleep. All right.
Chào mừng các bạn đã cùng quay trở lại với những diễn biến tiếp theo trong ngày thi đấu cuối cùng hôm nay, nơi mà chúng ta đã chứng kiến tấm vé đầu tiên bước vào trận chung kết tổng, đó chính là Thăng Long. Và đội tuyển còn lại đó chính là Toxic NXG, thì họ sẽ tiếp tục thi đấu trận đấu ngay sau đây, nơi mà DNI đang chờ sẵn.
Toulon became the first team to qualify for the finals, and Toxic NSG will go to the lower bracket to face DNI.
Vậy thì còn chần chờ gì nữa? Ngay bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng chuẩn bị đến ngay với trận đấu giữa hai đội tuyển thứ hai trong ngày hôm nay, và đây sẽ là trận đấu quyết định đến tấm vé cuối cùng bước vào trận chung kết tổng.
Guys, are you ready for the next match?
Oh, happy early birthday, brother.
Ngay bây giờ hãy cùng chào đón cái tên đầu tiên sẽ bước ra sân khấu. Một đội tuyển có hành trình kỳ diệu tại giải đấu năm
Best
nay.
of three.
DNI.
And ladies and gentlemen, now let's welcome the team that had an amazing journey in this year's tournament, DNI!
This is the team we haven't seen yet. I'm kind of hoping they win it because I don't think the other team stands a chance against TL. After what I just saw in the first match, I don't think they're gonna win. And I want to see TL have a little bit more pressure going into this final. But we'll see. DNI. We'll see if they can take them.
vươn lên từ nhánh thua, DNI đã từng bước đứng dậy và vượt
Appreciate
qua
you,
áp lực
Soso.
sân nhà của Rapid Lo-Fi để vượt qua những khoảnh khắc sinh tử. Cuối cùng trở lại bằng bản lĩnh
This is
và niềm tin
operate. This
và
is
đã mang đến cho khán giả những trận đấu giàu
warfare
cảm xúc.
mode.
Và ngay lúc
So this
này,
is 20
với
v
sự dẫn dắt
20.
của Commander Dead Dog,
Each team has a
DNI đã
commander,
đứng trước cánh cửa cuối cùng để hành trình chinh phục đỉnh
and
cao
they've
của họ
got
tại
basically an
The
army.
Qualification 2025 Warfare.
It's
Sẽ
insane.
có một giấc mơ được thực hiện. Liệu câu chuyện cổ tích có thể được viết tiếp? Hãy cùng chờ đón đội tuyển DNI.
Rising from the losers bracket, DNI has climbed back up, overwhelming homeland pressure from Rapid Lo-Fi, navigating life or death situations, finally winning their strengths back. And now, under the leadership of their commander,
this is the
Dead
loser
Dog,
bracket
DNI
final we're
stands
watching.
at the final threshold on their journey to conquer this tournament. Can this miracle from the loser bracket continue? Can DNI complete this emotional journey with a perfect ending? Please, once again, welcome DNI!
The loser bracket run. TL's runs another level. So TL they haven't even lost. They made it all the way to the end. Not losing.
Và hãy cùng chào đón đội tuyển thứ hai góp mặt trong trận đấu này, Tuxedo NXG. Dù phải nhận thất bại ở trận đấu vừa qua, hành trình của họ vẫn chưa dừng lại, khi đây là thời khắc để họ đứng dậy mạnh mẽ hơn. Và với vai trò đầu tàu, Commander rất đáng tin cậy dẫn dắt toàn đội hướng thẳng đến trận chung kết. Hãy cùng chờ đón sự thể hiện của Tuxedo NXG ngày hôm nay.
Despite their recent defeat, their journey is far from over. This is their time to rise stronger. With
All
the
right, let's
commander
see.
leading the team straight
Maybe it was just
to
that
the
map.
grand finals.
You know, maybe it's just that map that was their. Maybe that's their weak map.
Và ngay sau đây, không để cho các bạn chờ đợi lâu hơn nữa, chúng ta sẽ cùng đến ngay
I wanna
với
see him
trận đấu
impress
tranh
me.
tấm vé cuối cùng bước vào trận chung kết tổng giữa Tuxedo NXG và DNI.
Everybody, let's take a look at their performance at this amazing tournament.
TL beat both DNI and NXG.
Welcome back,
Shoot,
folks,
dude.
to TFIW. It is Grand Finals day, and it is time for the lower bracket finals. We just saw TXD get taken down by TL, but now they've got a chance to get a bit of revenge and go back into the championship to get their final revenge if they're able to take down DNI. DNI, though, a very good team. Don't be confused by the fact that DNI is in the lower bracket. On paper, DNI, a top 3 team, obviously, maybe top 2. We'll see here in a moment.
Yeah, exactly. The cool thing about both of these teams is that both of them have now been
Bro,
put
I don't
into
think
the
I don't
lower
even know if
bracket
I've ever streamed
by
this late.
TL. So this is going to be awesome to see how these two teams stack up against one another.
I did a stream this late on
personally am feeling
TikTok
like
once.
It's going to be pretty close.
I think
But I was
it's
just
gonna be very
testing
close.
settings.
I think both of these rosters are very talented. They've got some star players on them. However, one thing I will say is both of these rosters are very systematic. I think it's going to come down to.
I'm actually going to restart the TikTok stream into the next game.
Here we go, though, folks. As a reminder about what's all has been happening today.
So I'll be right back
This is
over there.
Day 4. We have been here for 4 full days with a crazy amount of best of 3s for you, and we finally made it to the last day, and we're into the penultimate best of 3. Dead Dog and Idol versus Tuxedo NXG. They did just get taken down 2-0 by TL. TL will be waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this matchup. And of course, that grand finals best of 3 will be right after this. But for now, we got to figure out who's playing for that top spot and who's going home in 3rd. As a reminder of how this all works, it's going to be a best of 3. The judge will randomly roll a map. Let's just hope it's not Threshold. We've seen it so many times. However, when that map is rolled, both teams will play attack and defend. if we finally trade 1-1 and go to game 3, we will explain the tiebreaker rules in its entirety. You can see them on your screen right now. The simple version is if you do better than your opponent, you're going to have an advantage in the selection of what either map or what side, attack or defend, that you want to be on for that final game 3 to win the match. Vivid talking about
look, here's the map.
Down to our final 3 teams, back against the wall. Loser goes home.
TL took
As
down.
You guys can see, man, we've played a
2-0.
lot of Warfare over the past
2-0,
couple of
2-0.
days, and this is where it
2-0.
currently stands, awaiting all the way
Always
over there
happy
on the
to
right
see you
is going to be
live.
TL
RIP
and
the BF6 tournament,
DNI versus
broken heart emoji.
TXT here. DNI.
Where did TL come from?
have 4
TL came here.
games now
Boom,
in
boom,
under their belt.
boom.
This will be their 5th, so pretty intense.
So TL
run
already
here for
took
the
down
guys. Remember,
DNI.
We were kind of talking about earlier how TL and TXT both had yesterday off. DNI, on the other hand of things, they had to win 2 games.
TL is looking unstoppable, guys.
Right now.
They are looking unstoppable.
Championship game now.
Mr.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Predictions. We got to talk
Dropping
about
the
this
2.
matchup, and in particular, we got to talk about the fact that chat.
Yeah,
you
RIP
and I
that
went
tourney,
perfect
dude.
last match. So let's see what we do this time around.
Battlefield was
Vivid,
trying to do a
it's
tournament,
weird,
man, and
we're starting to agree as we get deeper into this competition.
Wow.
We're both saying 2-1.
Look at this tournament, though, bro.
To see what chat says.
They got
As a
20
reminder,
people on
vote
each team
in
running this
chat.
dang
Do you think
tournament.
DNI is going to
This
win
is
Do you
insane.
think TXT is going to win this just by typing in the chat. Either
Seems
of those
like they're
3
going
answers.
on time with
Talk about
everything,
this
too.
matchup.
This
Why do
has
you
been
think
pretty
2-1?
good.
I probably agree with you.
Well, I don't know. DNI, I think they just look a little
Good
bit more
spectating
well-rounded.
cameras.
TXT does
We had
very,
top-down
very
spectating
well
cameras
at
on
kind of
that. That was
maintaining and
nice.
controlling all the vehicles. We just saw how much time and effort they actually
was
put into
nice.
shredding and
Just
anti-shredding
saying.
against their teams. Of course,
Just looking
this
at some
could go either
facts
which
here,
way,
you know
depending
what I
on
mean?
What map is actually pulled here. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just feeling.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
DNI
spectating cam's
punch.
been better
I'm
than the
feeling
COD,
DNI
too.
as well.
True.
Now listen, I didn't
Actually, I don't
copy
know.
you,
Maybe
you
not
copied
COD
me. I
multi.
put my
COD
prediction
multi's
in
got
first.
spectate
I am
cams,
a
but not
huge
Warfare. I
fan
don't-
of DNI. They have battled
That's a
the
mess.
most
I don't know, man.
throughout
I don't
this
know.
competition. They've played the most games, and they've done it in a pretty
But this has been
fantastic
pretty
fashion.
good.
Yes, they lost 0-2 to TL earlier in the upper bracket.
Oh,
but I wanna remind
look at that
everybody about
D-Wolf
match if you
cosplay.
missed
What
it. It was
the-
actually very close in the
Yo.
second game.
These guys
Obviously, we
went
some amazing fans
crazy.
and some amazing cosplayers
Wow, look at
out
that.
in the audience. And like I said before, the hometown heroes may be out of the competition top 4.
Dang.
The question is, who is the audience cheering for? Maybe they're just cheering for a good match. Let's talk about this roster at a little bit
DNI.
more intensity. I think first
We
and
haven't
foremost,
watched this
Dead Dog,
team
he's in
yet.
the
They-
name. He's
they
a great
made their way
commander.
through
He's been
the-
doing everything right.
the lower
Talking
bracket,
about
though.
A couple other individual stars from this roster.
Yeah, you were kind of asking me why I think DNI are going to win this. I can point out one single. I can actually point out 2 squads. I can really just point out all 20 of them. But Saragen, Stax, Styx, and Artyom. Specifically, Artyom will be putting on an absolute blender. Their kill count will be very, very high at the end of this match. I can almost guarantee it. And I was kind of hyping up TXT for how they're going to be playing the vehicles. There is a squad on DNI with one of those star players over there that is very good at destroying vehicles.
You guys know, are
on
most of the
your
players
screen
from
right
China?
there. Our only female player here at this tournament, that's going to be Hodo. She does such an absolute great job at just blowing a vehicle. Sometimes I don't even understand
On
how she's like all the way
DNI.
across the map. The allure
Dang,
rocket just
okay,
flies all
they got a
over
female
and
player
finds
too.
its mark.
Yeah, Hodu, a fantastic player, great engineer. Watch out for her on the map. But definitely already on the top Slayer. But let's talk about TXT.
Because they're playing in
Romania.
Vietnam, but
Really
I
good
don't know if it's
commander,
the whole
really great job
region.
from this entire roster. They did kind of just get
I don't know.
steamrolled. But if you erase that match from your brain, you would think, hey, TXT have a really good chance to win this. And I still think that they do. I think they have a better chance of winning against the likes of DNI, which is why I gave them at the very least a map. Both these teams play very similarly, and both have similar star power. NTPP has
Majority,
been the hero
yeah.
of this roster in the kills category. The top 2 fraggers in the entire competition out of any team here has been NTPP and Artyom from DNI. It's going to be a
TL's the
head-to-head
only
matchup
Chinese
from
team.
both of these infantry players, not vehicle operators.
TL's China,
to see who
DNI's
gets the better of
Korea,
their opponent.
TXT is
That-
Thailand.
That is a very good point. I am
Gotcha.
excited to kind of see who comes out on top
Tech
for this
freaking
one.
coming in. Big brain. I
Obviously,
love that.
TXT fresh off of just
I'm trusting you on, and I don't know if he's
they did unfortunately
maybe he's wrong,
lose
but
that one. So
it's getting
hopefully
it's late
having
here.
the ability to go ahead
We're getting into the wild time here, brother.
When it comes down to the vehicle operators, we saw a little egg for TXT operating the helicopter when that is in play. Zambra, though, very good at controlling some of those ground vehicles. As you can see here, some of the top stats from both of our teams. Actually, I should not say some of our top stats from both of our teams. Some of our top stats from just one team.
Highest points,
yes,
Artie.
This is Artyom's story, and we're
highest
all
kills,
just kind of
Artie.
subplot characters in it. However, DG Alpha
Takes
big
both
shout,
of them,
most
guys.
assists for this roster, doing a really good job. I will also remind everybody, the stats
Keep an eye on
here
them.
a little bit. DNI has played more games, okay?
True.
Let's be very clear about that. So I think you could see some TXT members. They took the entire day off yesterday because they hadn't lost. But as we compare the top players, these are the two heroes, these are the two fraggers, and this time less Venn diagram and more of just a comparison. TXT versus DNI. Reminder, there's extra games in here. DNI has played more, so the score is going to look different. But when you look at average, there is still a lead on Artyom's side.
Yeah, it's just
True. Look at that.
I mean, honestly, 50 and 43, there's not a big difference there. Unfortunately for Artyom, he had a game yesterday, actually, where surprisingly enough, I think it was throughout the match, never really found more than around like 30 or something like that, which I'm saying that.
So his data's probably
if he
skewed.
got 30, that's pretty good. But
Maybe they should have taken the
like
mean.
60 or 70. So if that match
They should have taken,
wait, he was average would have been at like
median.
70. So for me, the ceiling for Artyom and
should have done the median instead
higher than NTPP, but again, could go
of the mean.
We got to start turning our eyes towards which map we're going to play. We don't know yet. As a reminder,
Map.
randomly
Dude, I saw this video of a 4-year-old.
I'm going to take a lap around this stadium.
He had a British accent, I think.
What map are we playing for these two teams?
And
we
he
are
did,
headed to Cracked only for the second
math?
time. We haven't seen Cracked since
I didn't know if it was an AI. It was like a math TV show that was in England or something.
It was with No Mercy, where they got the win.
Where you get like a bunch of numbers, and you got to make another number and do like math.
And I would say, you know, frankly, this
Didn't you guys see that? I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it.
That is much less vehicle heavy compared to the maps that we are used to seeing, frankly, Threshold being the main map for it. So we are going to Cracked. Who do you think this favors? Does this favor either roster?
I think this favors us. I think we're going to see those kills start to rack up. Bright Ghost kind of pointed out that this map, not necessarily heavy when it comes down to that vehicle gameplay. The fact that we just showed the head-to-head of the two star players, Artyom being on the side of DNI, and then for TXT, they got NTPP. Both of those players find all of their
median,
kills,
that's
that
math.
high average score, high average kills per game, and per match.
Big brain commentary here, guys.
On the ground,
Big
right?
brain.
So they're going to be feeling very
make sure you click a like
on a map like Cracked, which is why I'm kind of pointing at the fact that, hey,
tickle the like button.
We are going to be the
yes,
winners
sir.
here, right? We're going to see so many highlights from those two players. I almost
it's past my bedtime,
now,
Robbie. Why do you think I'm out of my mind?
Towards Artyom, right? So
I was supposed to be asleep like an hour and a half ago.
Map pick favors. Well, just straight up the fact that their star player, I think, is going to be a little bit more.
The monitors are 4K, bad boys. There. Shoo! That's what I play in now.
Favor of DNI.
I'm in that 4K life.
A little bit more.
I'm in that 4K life.
Even more on this map. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't hate the idea. Now, again, let's talk a little bit more.
Bro, I should have grabbed a refill on my water here.
To be very clear, it's not that there's no vehicles on this map. There's certainly vehicles on this map.
Ooh,
and
which
frankly,
map was it? I missed it. I've been yapping.
Difference makers. There's just not as many. So you have to play a little bit safer on this map with your vehicles. You need to make sure you prioritize keeping them alive. If you lose your vehicle, you're going to be down numbers. You're not going to get them back very fast. Something else to keep in mind. So let's take a look at the audience prediction. I had asked you to predict in the chat, and this is very close. Maybe one of the closest we've ever seen, David.
Cosplay on this is crazy.
Wow. Is the community vote.
Which is pretty good.
I would say pretty much what we're saying.
That's
we're
the
giving a slight
Rose D-Wolf
advantage towards DNI. Not a major one. 2-1 is what we think. I would say it was a vote of 56. As we see here, it's incredible cosplayers. I think audience is saying 2-1 as well.
Yeah. A little bit of an edge out there, no surprise, but
Spooky.
Once again, we think that this match is going to be very, very close. Both of these teams have lost to TL in similar fashion. As you see, top right of your screen, just a little bit over 2 minutes remaining. I believe DNI is going to be starting on the
Nice
attack
surprise.
for this one. Which
Heck
means that
yeah, man.
TXT is left up to defend.
Yeah,
the
we're on a
vehicles
late
are gonna
one.
play a big part of this, just not as much as we see on other maps. It'll be interesting how they kind of incorporate them into some of the plays out here. That Sector A, man, cracked. It just always gets me so excited because we've seen multiple different strategies used, of course, over the
There
course
are
of
drops
this
going on
specific
Twitch
tournament,
as
and then
well.
also in
Yes,
past
yes,
ones
yes,
that we have
yes.
casted together.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Good
a good
luck.
shot. A can be pretty
Good
variable.
luck.
We've seen some pretty interesting strategies here.
But you
again,
can
we've
watch
only seen this map
wherever.
one time.
I'm
This
still,
could
I'm
open
still
the door
here.
to some new
I shut the
things. Maybe
TikTok
you're a
down
fan
one
of
for a
Craft.
little
Again,
bit, but that's
we
going to
say
come
this
back
all
in
the
a bit.
time. It is the OG map. I mean, this is the original map with this game that came out during the alpha when you were playing Warfare before you even knew what was going on in Delta Force. And so I'm sure these teams have played
Dude,
Craft
you know what? That's other
thousands of times to prepare for the game. 90 seconds on the
C4
clock. They are
semis.
loading in as we speak.
Now, we did see how good of a job TXT did at anti-stratting TL just in the last match that they played. In terms of DNI, right? DNI, neither of these teams
Did play a
matter of
lot of
fact,
that.
have
No
not
fall
played
damage on that
strat this
operator.
tournament yet, right? So not going to have the ability to go ahead and anti-strat. Again, one of the reasons
Very
I'm feeling a little
good.
bit more confident in
Very
DNI's ability to go
good.
ahead and take this one. But 1 minute goes before we jump into this thing. Remember the stakes that are on the line. Whoever wins goes into the grand final match. They got to face TL for the second time.
Should've brought
We'll
mine.
have to try to take them down, but first, what stands in the way is going to be DNI and TXD.
Should've brought
Losing
mine,
throughout the
bro.
tournament, you will get third place.
That's right. Third place is nice, but playing in the championship would be huge. You're seeing humongous leaps in pricing. $60,000 if you're able to win it all. 40,000 per second, 30,000.
Yeah, Delta
per third.
Force is
All
a
these
very
teams have got a
popular
second
game
amount of
globally.
money, but it's a big leap if you're able to win this. DNI is looking dialed. Ready to
Dialed,
rock and
brother.
roll, take over this map. TXD, how good is their mental? We haven't seen them go from a loss straight into a game yet. Their first loss just suffered a moment ago. Will really test their
Nice
resolve.
surprise.
But
Love
let's
your
load in.
content, Stone.
And again, as always, as we're loading in, I want to remind
Robbie
you that
dropping a
DNI
freaking
is gonna be
1K
on the attack,
bombing
which
as
means
well,
they
brother.
will be in
Appreciate
red
you,
The
man.
entire time we are watching this map. TXD will be defending first. They will be in green.
Appreciate you, dude.
Both teams known for their system. Both teams known
Okay,
to be
guys.
very strategic, very methodical.
Here's the recap. If you're just tuning in, we just watched the upper bracket finals. TL was the team that made it to the grand finals. That's going to be happening after this game. Right now, we've got, oh yes, I do like this map. I don't think there's any helos on this map. TXD, which lost against TL, is now at the tippity top of the lower bracket finals. That's what we have going on right now. Best of 3 game. Match 13 here. We got DNI, which just made a run through the losers bracket in red, and we got TXD, the green team, who's defending right now. They were the team that ended up losing to TL in that last one. So these guys are coming off a loss, but they also were just playing, so they might be a little bit more fresh. But they're also starting on defense, so we're going to do one side on this, and then we're going to flip sides, best of 3. If they 2-0 it, then we don't go to another map. But we could also go to another map if it goes to game 3.
Rather than trying to give
Here
up
we
a
go.
specific high ground and all death pile
Here we
fall
go.
together. We've
This
seen
is the
death pile
OG map.
strategies from HR that really didn't pay off on this map.
Cracked.
They got kind of stockpiled into these buildings, and they just
First
got fragged out
sector
by all the
should be a
explosives.
pretty easy
So far,
push.
So good for DNI. Already putting pressure onto the point. Already taking
They
high
can
ground,
hold.
Already taking the flanks.
But it's
really strong for
probably
an
going to
A
be
push.
a good
But a nice
push.
setup here from Whistly. A terror on the map.
I
right
like
now,
seeing the
picking up a
gameplay here.
multi-kill and then some. Looking for more
Running a
value up on the
Luru
edge.
with an AR.
Got a quick peek who that
What's the
squad
shielder's
was actually
name again?
on the flank. That was going to be Artyom's squad alongside Stick Stacks.
Drawing a
and
blank
Sarah
right now.
Jen.
It's too late,
Man, that's going
clearly.
to feel bad for TXT
That would be
having
hard to
that
use.
squad on the flank, right? Pretty much free reign overlooking the point. But as I see, TXT
They got
making a
one.
big push
Look at this. They got
towards that
one
hill that
sniper
was
back at the
controlled and just
next
not too
sector
long
already.
ago.
Kind of hanging
Once
back,
again, the
looking for
point is gonna
picks.
be all about trying
And look,
to
this
get on
team's
board
got
for
a
DNI,
recon on the
right?
back as
Smokes
well.
are pretty heavily used on this point. Those choke points are not too friendly for walking through. as the utility is
Sineva.
able to find a lot of
Yes,
value.
or
And we've
Sineva.
actually
I don't
seen
remember how
the
to say it.
Sineva shield a couple
Yep.
of times on this map. He's going to want to try to get
I think
into
he
one
just
of the
said it.
buildings and try to hold it down. But as I can see, that front face.
He's got like a grappling hook that can pull him in.
Broken down.
You can lose the shield too. If it gets shot in the shield, it'll break. Look at these guys playing. Wait, bro! I didn't even know you could go out here. Cross angle, but this is a good hold. TXT, one of them still holding it down. The medic.
Around back there. Looks like DNI will be
This
winning that.
hillside
That's
here is
6
really
like you
good, dude. I
mentioned.
did not realize you could even go up there.
So far, the defense is able to keep
This is
bodies
where
on
it
the point.
always would come down to, and it was always like sending smoke screens here. There's a couple good spots. If you can get all the way up to this pocket right here, I think you're capping here. So they're going to try and make it down, but they got to make sure that the
Big fight over there. It's pretty much
top
just
is
one
not
squad
held.
versus
But they
another
already
squad
hold the
right
top
now
up
on
here.
that hill. If one
Red's
of them
got the
ever
top.
breaks, it's gonna
So they should be able to get in the
It's a
pocket.
big
And look,
advantage
Blake goes
for either
in.
one of the sides, and
They got a smoke on the
honestly,
bottom as
TXT
well.
is doing a
Yohan
great
moves in as
job.
well.
Not often do we actually see a squad get directly
The anti-tank
involved
turret's down as
on
well.
that little
I
lip of the hill,
think
right? 'Cause you are
the
so
commander
close
can call this
where
in.
the enemy does
And I
spawn.
think that's what happened. I think the commander called in a turret there to give an angle. Because I don't remember that being there either.
That AA gun shelling the
The
point.
AA gun. Because there's
Maybe
no
trying to
AA.
open up
There's
the
no
hole
air
here,
vehicles even
picking
in
up
this
some of the
game.
flanking players, or rather some of the players from the defense spawning in.
So
Trying to give his team a numbers
the
advantage.
commander
Point
must have
Romania
spawned
is
that,
gonna mark
right?
the point for a hold here. If this point A is fully maintained by the defense over the next couple minutes, then they
This is
will
already
earn
decent
quite a bit of
hold.
extra score.
So here's the thing.
Look at all the smoke. Stingers finding incredible value. here.
Defense
You're going to want to find yourself inside one of
has
those
unlimited
zones.
lives,
That way
but they
you're
need to
able
drop the
fall
lives
back
of the
and
attacking
if
side.
you do
Attacking
unfortunately go down with
starts with 180. If this gets down below 120,
pivotal point now.
they're going to be making an effort into the overall battle. They'll get 60 tickets back
Be super crazy. We see Oak right
if
there
they
on
can
the
cap
edge
this
here, trying
zone.
to take out that gun.
So the more tickets they can get now, before the first sector is taken, that will help them with the next sectors. And I'll explain more as we get to the next ones. Most of you guys probably already know this at this point. Maybe I'm getting too repetitive. Yell at me if I am.
Easy to
But
take down. If you don't
I think
execute
probably
on
a
some
lot of
major
new people are
pushes, you
tuning
lose
in
a
too.
lot
Welcome
of
in if you guys
lives
are just
because of some of
tuning
these wide
in.
open sight lines
This is a live
from the
broadcast
spawn.
of the
We're not
20v20
prioritizing
first
that many
ever
revives right
massive
now.
scale
We're just trying to master
warfare
on the point with the flankers. The problem with flanking is that if you get cut down, you're not getting picked
esport.
up either. If
200K
your full
on the
squad gets
line.
wiped. We're down to
Bingo,
115
baby.
lives already,
Late
folks.
night.
Here in the next 5-ish minutes, this game could be over if DNI doesn't change strategies here, slow down a little bit, and prioritize
You know what?
keeping people alive, keeping people from
TXT
that respawn
lost
stream.
their
Really,
defense
what I would like to see them do is send another
against
squad on
TL,
that
but
flank
their
on that
defense
right
is looking
side. Go help
superb
out
on
that
cracked.
squad of Sarajin, Artyom, Sticks,
They
and
already
Stacks.
broke the threshold
They've
of
been over
120.
there, they've been fighting, they've been getting kills, but they have not.
They're
been
now
able to make
making
any
progress.
ground so far, and
They still got to
quite
get
frankly, you're not
through
making any
5
ground towards the
sectors.
front of the
This
point
is the
either,
easy
so
one. The
why not
first
go
one's the
ahead
easy
and
one.
find some value over
Okay,
there. The
vehicles coming
vehicle
in.
from Wanza is
Huge
going to do
flank
just
route.
That, try to find some value on the flank.
They only got to cap
Red had a
A
huge
right
push
here.
through a
That's
line
it.
while
All they got to
smoking
do.
Both lanes that they can get shot
Here comes
from.
the
I really
vehicle.
like
Rip it
the
in.
Get the assault vehicle with Wanza, and like
Oh,
we
it
said,
ate a
Wanza's
mine.
inside.
It ate a mine there.
Wanza goes in as a solo and gets cut down.
What was that?
Does that do anything for the team? Doesn't look like it. Trying to maybe draw some
What?
attention so that this force
What
of
was that?
attackers maybe can pick up some kills.
What was the strat
But
there?
the defense turned around, but it feels like completely needless sacrifice. Could have played a little bit slower there.
Aluru there pulling the TV
109
rocket out.
counting. Certainly the lives have slowed down in terms of
Couple
dwindling. I
flankers
assume Dead
working
Dog's
their
gonna
way
get
back
the team.
here,
Let's
but
get some more medics. Let's prioritize staying together.
They need
so
to
we can
open
pick
up the
revives.
lanes. They don't need to worry about the kills. They got to open up the lanes. Here we go. I think
Man,
they're
this
starting
is
to breach through a
brutal start
little
here
bit.
for DNI. Very uncharacteristic of a team of this caliber. And finally, we're starting
They're
to see
getting
more
through,
red than
though.
green.
No, look.
Finally, we're starting to see
Look,
a
the
path
red's up
being
on the hill
made
here,
by the infantry
and
on
they're
the ground.
capping.
And Dead Dog
All
knows
right.
it. Gonna drop that urgent deployment.
Another
Says,
thing, you
"Please,
see these
let's
sandbags? There's
keep
actually
going.
building in this game, too. So you can actually build up cover as well. So that
will get it.
It's only in certain locations, but it does come into play.
On that flank. No more green over there. So now they can kind of free flow in onto the flank. If they're able to get behind enemy lines right here, look at all this grouped up green. It would be free.
DNI's finally starting to get on point.
On the green line in the middle of your screen. Right now it's above halfway, so that means there is more green on the point than there is red. And look at
that
this.
means they're holding the
All
defense.
I'm seeing is green in the kill feed. They're just cutting down this attack
95 tickets
swiftly.
left.
Yeah, this is bad news for multiple reasons. Obviously, if you're a D9 fan, they didn't capture A. The problem also is that they utilize an objective call, which you can earn an extra score with, and they utilize an urgent redeployment that essentially did nothing. And I don't know that the defense did anything.
Almost hit the
besides
heady.
put down a couple respawn pieces.
Can't believe he's using the bow. Is it actually good?
In a tangible way
The
and
combo?
an intangible way. Finally, DNI getting a little bit of help here.
There's
with
a bow that
vehicles,
Luna
which
has,
should
but there's also
hopefully
a bow
open
that's
things
like in
up.
the
You
game
sold
now.
vehicle,
That's like
one
a
thing,
instead of a
doesn't help
gun.
all that much. Wants on a tank though. This should help, and the defense knows it. They're going to prioritize trying to take down this tank nearly immediately.
Yeah. More than halfway through your tickets, through your lives. And
Must be if he's using it in competition.
That you're going to be hoping works as a little
They've
bit of
got a
crutch
tank
here,
on
I'm
a
not gonna
side
lie.
angle here as well.
XD showing in full force why they've been so good in the vehicle game. That tank is forced to sit all the way back there.
Yeah.
It is like yet
They got
to
two
be
vehicles. Here
at
comes a push.
100% durability. They are
You know what?
constantly going
That's
ahead
what
and
he's
pressuring
doing,
that
bro.
tank as the Alpha.
Wait.
Gonna try to find some value similar to how
He's sending the vehicle through the barricades to break their cover. I didn't understand what he was doing before. I don't think the casters, they didn't say it either. But I think that's what that vehicle was doing. He was driving through the barricades to open up the push.
77 lives, and I think the other thing to mention with this too is that for this DNI team to take A, they may have to sack their tank. They may have to sacrifice this giant tank.
They sacked the
Make
other
sure
one.
that they capture this first point and can keep playing the game. It certainly helps when you got a tank destroyer. You can certainly do it. The biggest issue is that you need these vehicles going into the B sector to hold both points at the same time.
They're starting to get a little bit of cap, but look at Rumina is down there. Looked like that was the commander.
If we lose vehicles here just to get the point, I can't
Still
imagine we're
alive,
able to
yeah,
take
still
B sector.
alive. The commander's still alive on defense.
Yeah, I actually see a tank destroyer online now alongside the tank.
Playing
so
red on the objective.
vehicles for DNI are gonna
They
start
can't get this
becoming
tank
quite
over the edge,
active
though.
here, but they've got to make it happen, and they got to make it happen fast. Gee whiz. The longer
60
this takes, the
tickets
more they're gonna
left,
start dipping
ladies and
into
gentlemen.
those tickets into
Game
those
one
lives,
offense not looking
and
good for the
following
losers
sectors
bracket.
Are just going to be that much harder.
Climbers.
Cracked is swingy, man. I was saying this off broadcast. It feels like no matter who the better
They're
team is,
trying to
anybody can
pre-rocket
win on
the
Cracked.
tank that's coming down, and they
The top
connect on
vehicle called in finally for
it. He
the defense.
connects the shot on the
With that
tank
vehicle
coming
landing,
down.
This could be the nail in the coffin for DNI to
Yeah,
not even
yeah, 'cause they're
capture
probably gonna
point
be able to
A.
rep it.
A huge pickup here for the defense, barely able to secure it, but able to get a vehicle in the first point is
I think
wild
we're
at
about
a
to watch
esports
some
level
magic on the
like
attack
this
side
on
when this
land.
flips, ladies and
Whistler's
gentlemen.
already earned an artillery barrage as well. Going to be dropping that on the point. They want to hold here. They want to hold at A. They've already done their job, but if they can take
I
care
don't
of one
know.
of these vehicles with it, this could be a big win for the defense. Here's the push. Artillery over the top. It's all red on the point. Finally, they've earned their right to take Sector A, but the defense did a fantastic job.
Are they going to get it? It is looking good.
Absolutely.
They've
It did
swarmed
take
it
a
somehow.
plethora of vehicles on a map like Cracked, right? So EXD
Yeah,
are
look,
winning the gun
they got
battles
it.
on the ground. I'm not entirely sure why the LAV from the defensive line.
By the time the LAV got there, that's a huge error. That's a huge error. This is a big opportunity.
Legacy, known to be one of the best vehicle operators in this competition.
What
has
is
led
that?
to victory 1,000 times. Feels like a true mistake. There's no
That's a
qualms
huge
about it.
blunder.
You drive into 3 enemy vehicles.
They've got 2 vehicles still up now to make the push on a Bravo.
Look like the defense earned so much score. They're going to be able to
They could have kept that vehicle alive, and
maybe if you traded a vehicle out there, which I'm not sure. Maybe you traded an assault vehicle out, but
maybe
I don't know.
maybe
That
it
would
didn't
be
matter
big.
because there's only a certain amount of vehicles that could be on the map at a time, and they had enough points for another one.
It's gonna be very difficult.
I don't know, but they've got 2 vehicles. It looks like there could be a third one for them.
The strike team on the backside trying to kill it, fail, tank with them.
Seemed like a
DNI
big mistake.
survive, and they may try to thrive here in Sector B with these vehicles.
But okay,
They win a
first
couple
sector was pushed. Here's the
3
thing.
goals. Legacy
You
sacked
see,
by
they didn't
3.
go back up to 180 tickets. They don't have 180 lives, though. They only got enough. They only got 60 lives back.
Engineers are doing work.
So all the lives they lost in that first one was a problem. But now they've got a chance to make a push, and they're already capping Bravo 1.
Unbelievable amount of healing, and Legacy again punished for such an aggressive play.
You're highlighting the engineers. I want to go ahead and highlight Wanza playing Big Brother in the tank. The tank destroyer from the defensive side was rolling through. He came through and rammed it up against the rock, so that way it could not continue the onslaught.
That vehicle's so fast. He's trying to get up into the front line.
Between the two vehicles.
Here comes the enemy tank, green tank coming in for defense.
Around the map. Does not have to worry about Legacy's tank destroyer as long as there's not another one being called in right now. As I do see, there is one being called in. The tank destroyer is trying to find value. Tank destroying, it must do. There's a tank under heavy fire.
Click the like, yeah, click the like, guys, for a late nighter, huh?
Does look like
for a little late nighter, can we get a like on it?
Barely able to keep that IFV alive. Assault vehicle's gone. That has no chance. NTPP playing spoiler as per the usual. On
Trill,
by the way,
appreciate the gifts as well, man.
They need some extra rockets. NTPP can't get away with playing something like a Nox or a Tempest.
Ooh, big heady.
Instead is going to make sure he prioritizes killing vehicles and then killing
They're
players.
playing off angles.
Deadguard has marked an objective.
Here's the thing. I think they were letting B1 go, and they're just going to full send B2. TV rocket coming through. Why is that? I guess. Because B2, I don't think the tanks can get onto it. It's built in behind the walls. So I think they let that go on purpose. Like, they gave it a little bit of a fight, but they are not letting B2 go. You saw these guys were already pre-positioned for TXD. This is the team that came out of the winner's bracket. They just lost. And I think they did it on purpose. I don't think they care much for that. This is where our team got held on one of our previous tournaments as well. Came down to B2.
The vehicle game is 1-1. As we say that, I do see some fake parachute.
Go to LaRue wall up on the roof here. Keeping some roof control. Shot out, unfortunately. Did he get flanked there? Wait, there is one on the roof there. Look at Red. Red's on the roof. They get one. Still one more up there in the smokes. Gets two. Traded out, though. There it is. That's the shutdown they needed. They can't let Red take the roofs. That pushes them out completely. Green's got complete control around B2. They can get on the roofs on the side here, but
that is the role of that squad.
It's fairly easy for defenders to hold it.
Does find those pesky little engineers that
Here comes the tanks, but the tanks can't get onto site.
Yeah, they were honestly doing a lot of damage in this tank position.
Good damage on that. They didn't even let the tank hit the ground.
Position was pretty good for taking out the vehicles that were falling down from the sky. That's going to be a success. Now they're going to be up in the game. The vehicle game is 2-1 right now. Left in the vehicle for the side.
Maybe the vehicle can get through here, actually. Wait.
Onslaught towards B2.
It might be able to.
Continue now. Not only is it all about the vehicle game, but look at the position for the attack, right? This side that they are on right now is very
no heli
valued.
on this map. So in the last one,
sniping, by the way, and actually getting a snipe off.
The first sector got a heli. That was it. Only the first sector. On this map, there's no helis. No helis, no jets. Depends on the map. I hope we see the water map. Or the boat, too. That'd be sick.
Though, I don't think knows that this LAV is about to swing in and punish Ooh,
that was big!
By DNI. Instead of a strike team, they sent about
Wait.
half of their entire squad.
They got full vehicle control.
Their opponents. They pinch onto B2, and there's hardly a green.
Green only has 2 on site.
Right now.
They're all dead.
4 side throwing rockets down range, but there's just too many engineers for the DNI side. They should get some serious value here on B2, and maybe even fight to capture Sector B.
An absolute collapse.
They can't get their vehicles on down. Look at this. They have to call the tank all the way at the back of the map so it doesn't die.
Did seem to turn their focus towards the point.
They're taking B2.
As we can see here in urgent.
Here comes the wave. They've got to take it now, though.
Same exact time as well. A beacon for DNI.
No, okay, that neutralized it. They got time. They got time. But look, now they've got the roofs. Red's got the roofs.
Maybe 4 players of TXT on the point. Some of these
they should be able to get it. There's a recon. There's a sniper on the back.
I'm seeing a lot more find their way here.
They've got to get pressure on it now, though.
Another vehicle kill as well. Just really well done from Wanza, as per usual. One of the best in the biz. And
Okay,
again,
this is they're
classic
getting into
strategy.
position. They're
Commanders
getting
will
into position
match
here.
sometimes when the
Into the
scores are
pocket.
even. One urgently deploys, the other does as well.
Yep,
Artillery
they're
barrage
getting into the
coming in, though,
pocket.
and a
There's a
strategic
see
beacon
they're
now
in the
from
building
Breakfast
here.
to keep bodies on the point. It is a trading of blows.
They've got a building and they've got a spawn beacon in there as well. The commander put a spawn beacon down.
Whoever wins out here in Sector B
Oh,
could
Red's
very
starting to pull it
well
back,
win
though.
this map because of the amount of support
Red's
that's
pulling
already
back.
Called in. There's another artillery barrage.
The shielder, the
Savina.
Savina.
Big push. Legacy can't
What was it?
even buy a life.
He made it into the bottom. He's pushing
Anytime
through.
Legacy gets a vehicle,
Red's got
Legacy goes
control.
down. B1 in complete control.
It's a last-ditch effort. They went back to B1. They flipped back.
To try this. Defense spawns
Big
on the
commander
backside.
play.
They swing over to B1.
They
Attackers
swung
invest
B1 to
all
keep
their
it
vehicles
alive.
in B2. Here comes
The
collapse
tanks have to
from
pull off the
Soldier
B1 now.
tank. Let's see what the defense can do. They've got a strategic beacon inside B1.
gosh.
They get the vehicle
Tanks
down.
destroyed.
They spawn 9
Holy
people
clutch.
on B1. They are going to completely retake this point.
Holy
you do not see
clutch.
this very often in esports. Assault vehicle down as well.
To the beacon, being the MVP.
No, now
placement.
look,
Shout out to
he's
whoever
taking
put
roof
that
control.
down.
He's
Able to
taking
put the
roof
whole
control
team
at
of
B2 now as
TXT
well.
Onto B1.
Wow.
Somehow they destroyed 2
Dude,
vehicles
last
while
second,
taking B1. And
the
because
commander
of all
called
that,
to
when
switch
the dust does
objectives.
settle, they're going to be in control of B1, and the vehicle game is going
Holy
to be equalized
clutch.
1-to-1, a tank for DNI, and a LAV available for TXD. But you want to talk about equalizing things? Not really, because that was a huge win for TXD no matter what happens on this B
DNI had a
sector.
2-tank advantage to
DNI
take
down to
control.
40
Yeah.
tickets remaining.
Yeah, this is really well done from TXT.
They're
and the fact
stalling
that they were able
out.
to get this B1 point off, actually. It was
Even
great
if they don't
play,
get it,
great beat,
this objective, I think the next objective is going to be even harder for them to take, and they've got a huge point advantage now. There's only 40 lives left for the attacking team.
When B2 was fully wiped, was the spawn on the far side straight ahead down that street.
What a clutch.
Where are they going to go if they
We'll
can't
see,
go to
it's
B2?
not
They're
over.
gonna go straight to B1, and nobody was holding it.
Now
This
they
is a
swap back
catastrophic
B2.
meltdown right now.
And they got the tank on B2 and they destroy the attacking tank.
Nailed 2G.
Oh, they've got
Won't be
this,
punched
dude.
by
They've
that
got
again,
this.
And we're seeing a full retake of almost
They still have
both
one
points.
squad, 3
Running
players on, holding the first objective. They managed to get the tank back on a B2 site,
Putting up a great showing here on defense and crack.
and the attacking team full sent the tank into B2 and got instantly obliterated. Oh my goodness, dude.
It's all vehicles. It's
Full
just
regain
the vehicle
control.
Trades here. DNI got a little bit too desperate and get punished for it.
Yeah, this is all done and dusted, right? I mean, 25 tickets remaining. Your
They
vehicles
had
are
it,
trying to
bro.
get spawned in. They're under pressure right now. They are going to touch ground, but
Golly.
think about it, man. You now got to capture both sectors, both flags, with very little
They're
remaining.
retaking B1.
To win this right now, they've got their tanks back on the field, and they've got a
3
vehicle
tanks
advantage to win
with
this.
tank
They
advantage.
capture B1 very easily right now, probably. If anything,
They got
they're
another
gonna
tank
give
coming
it
in.
so
If
they
it can
get
land,
out
they
and prepare for
it's
B2.
destroyed.
The second thing they're going to do is they've
Green
got
shut
to
down
leave
their
one of
tank
these
landing.
tanks on
They still have
B1
2.
While everybody else goes to B2.
But if they would've gotten
invest everything on the ball
3,
into B2,
they might have had a
exact same
chance.
thing's
I don't
going to
know now,
happen.
though.
So
I don't
leaves one
know.
tank on B1,
Illumina
while
rockets
the
coming
rest
over the
of
top.
everybody else heads to B2.
He's trying to keep that tank
Barrage
tucked.
landing on top of B1, not a bad strategy.
He's
to
keeping
win
it
the herd
tucked,
and
though.
make
He's
them
not taking
respawn
damage. Those
burn
rockets
some
are
of
going
those
too far.
flies, preparing for
See
this
those
fight.
Uluru
Red
rockets
is
coming to
picking
the...
up
I think that's what that
there
is.
you go.
Coming over
Amount
the
of
top.
value here on the point. And
They re-got
Sarah
B1. They got 1
Jin
push. I think they got 1
Job
push here.
Not done. As we move towards B2, the defense out of vehicles.
I think they got
The
1
attack,
shot.
The final push potential. B1 in
They still
complete
have 2
control,
tanks.
B2 in trouble.
They're
and we
not
have
doing bad.
marked
This
B2,
team
I
just
can
jumped the
only
top.
assume,
There's a
for the
ledge here. They
taking,
jumped the
because we
top. If
have
they can
to.
get them out of the
If they're
pocket
careful,
here,
DNI can actually
there's
pull
nobody
this
on the
off.
roof. They can
pretty
do
much
this.
wiped the map. The tanks were picking up so many kills
20
right now.
lives. They
They're
can do
trying to
this.
pay attention
They don't
to
have
the
roof
flank
control.
left
Red's
side.
got roof.
That same exact thing does not happen to them again. But at the end of the day, you have to get on the point.
Beacon.
And what better to do that than a beacon and an urgent deployment at the same exact time?
strategic
B2 is
beacon
all
deployed
green right
for
now.
green.
Artillery strike landing on top of the point as well. We know where the green are. We know they're not going to go for B1. We've got maybe 1 player holding
I don't know.
B1 'cause
Green's
they don't wanna
looking
make any
decent. They
mistakes.
retook.
And Sarah
What?
Jin's taking
He's
to
bringing the
skies
tank
and
onto the
then
roof.
Goes up on top of the buildings, looking down on the point.
I didn't even know you
and
could do
thinks
that.
better of it for a
I
moment.
did not
This
know that you could
artillery
do that.
barrage is causing so
He's
much
still working on
chaos
it.
that right now Nobody that is green is dying on the
Red's
point.
got roof again.
Finally, we see Johan
The
down
tank
below,
won the
picking up
roof.
kills. We see Sticks and Stacks lighting up this kill feed.
12
Finally,
tickets.
we see B2 start
They're
to
getting
fall,
the push.
and
They got
B1
it.
in complete control with Mayang holding it down with the tank. This is exactly what I talked about. This was their only path to success, and finally they are finding it. We very
12
may
tickets.
Very well see Sector C.
Yeah, I mean, TXT, they
They're going. There's no way. There's no way they lose it now.
We've been seeing a constant
Well,
barrage
they
of
could
artillery
flank.
barrages on the
No,
point.
look, they've got a
been
tank
all their swarm.
defending
That
B
with
this
a
time.
beacon,
B1.
A last-second glimmer of hope for the defensive side of
They got a
for
beacon
TXT.
down here.
They're trying to put the beacon down.
They're trying to
We're trying
stall.
get on B2,
No, they're
but
losing
it's
too
all
many.
red.
There's no
It's
way.
all red.
They got a
It's
tank
all
on the roof.
DNI.
They got the roof control.
And all in.
It's not over.
Finally pays off, folks.
They get 60 tickets back to now try and take the last sector. They got to get a double cap on this last sector. But now they should... I don't know if they had to spend all their points on the bomb, on the tanks. But if they didn't, they can potentially bomb it. They could bring the nuke out. This building is a lot easier to take. So I think they're probably going to take this one. You can destroy the walls here and bring the tanks over. And they still have 2 tanks.
Now what? Yes, you can blow C1 to smithereens.
Bro,
I
can't believe they still got that. But see, now they only have 60 lives to get the last sector. They were out. The other team did dwindle them down. So this is it.
Both teams investing a lot of score pretty
That was
early
clutch,
in
though.
this
That was a
sector
clutch
B.
hold.
I say early. We've been going for nearly 23 minutes at this point already. Sector C is going to be very difficult for the attack. They're sitting a strike team far left around the backside of C1, which is pretty standard. The main force is kind of holding this large alleyway between the 2
60
points.
tickets
And
for
Mayang
it.
is playing very safe, just shelling over the top for now. Of course, you will see an all-in from that tank as we get closer and closer to what will be the final couple pushes here.
Sarajin is in probably the most disgusting spot I have ever seen for a vehicle, especially throughout this event. Yeah, backup is going to be coming very, very soon for DNI. A tank destroyer available for them. Again, I'm going to mention again, where are the vehicles for TXD? Have they just invested everything? I think okay, there they are. Finally, they're coming down.
They're
Taking a
shooting
lot
them
of
out.
damage there.
That's
That
the
backside
problem.
tank
Look
might
at
go
this.
down. The front
Look
side
at the
tank
shots.
actually tanked one of the shots. Otherwise, the backside tank goes down. Literally 1 HP in a dream. Can a Luru Rocket clean up the deal here before the engineers heal it up? Looking like no. Man, that's a missed opportunity. They've got to see that HP bar, but there's a lot of chaos happening on C1 right now. Again, 14-9 to win. Their win condition is maintain a hold and set a foothold for a respawn here on C1. They got to take this point very quickly, which it looks like they mostly are, and
They're doing
set
good
that
on it.
position up as their base camp. To
That
prepare
tank
for a push onto
is
C2.
so fast. I think it's a tank destroyer.
Every time we've seen crashes, there's only one other time here on land.
It's so
It really
fast,
wasn't a tug
bro.
of war between C1 and C2.
Yeah.
It was just a back and forth on the in-between spaces. If you could ever get to C2 on this wide open rotation, you'd have a chance.
An extended match here on Crack, just barely. C1 has now been conceded. They did try to fight for it a little bit, but only able to take out 6 tickets.
C1 controls.
To work with here for DNI.
Now it's the hard part.
I'm starting to think
They only
about
lost
it, right?
6
Vehicles
lives.
obviously playing a big part of this. What about a guided missile? We're 25 minutes in.
Yep,
I think the
that's what I
score's
was
been
saying.
racking up.
That's what you
My
heard me
eyes
talking
are kind of
about.
looking towards Sarajin, right? Been in that tank for a very long time. Has not had to replace it since forever ago. So the score has got to start to rack up, right? 50 tickets to work with towards C2. These tanks are getting pressure.
Bro,
so
look
much
at these
that they're
tanks.
back in the spawn.
They're waiting to heal him, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And they're just
that
sending a
was
Luru
that's
rockets.
why.
They
That
got
was a
it.
Great play. They back up. They were low, but you saw everybody pop out of the vehicles, throw up their Luru rockets, and all connect
That's
on the same
crazy.
vehicle. Big takedown.
But C2 is getting
That's
captured
good
right
coordination.
now. Obviously, yeah, nothing to worry about.
They all shot their
Looks like there was
TV-guided
only, like,
missiles
1 or
and
2
steered it
members of
into the same
DNI on
tank.
it, somehow capturing themselves, and that wakes up TXD.
The roof
Yeah,
tank,
it's the
bro.
classic play here from DNI. It's what they've been doing with sticks.
The
Stacks.
roof
You see them
tank.
actually playing in this forward
Clutch.
position. They're putting a little bit of pressure.
Uh-oh.
Force the defense to back up. We have a
Yo,
low
one
tank
giant
for
Swede
Watson.
also with the
And a big
5
difference
gifteds,
maker.
my good
Hard
sir.
to be a difference maker when your vehicle gets blown up.
Thank
nearly
you so much.
immediately.
Apologies,
These
it
are
took me
big
forever
wins
to
for
read that, bro.
TXD. I've said this before. I will probably say
Thank
it
you,
again,
thank you, thank
maybe
you.
even in this match. The war of attrition always goes to the defense, and right now
Appreciate you,
TXD
man.
is winning that. If they can
Timothy
hold
also,
on just for a
Robbie
little bit longer,
Lefebvre.
they will win this game.
Thank you for the 1K stars, bro.
After
Michael
the
Jordan
tank
with the
did get
2.
lost,
Appreciate
they're
you.
forced to go ahead
Mr.
and on that
Luku,
tank, right?
appreciate
That's
you.
gonna cost a little bit of score that I was talking about. he was going to be able to start racking up that score towards the guided missile, but because the vehicle went down, going to have to reinvest now. C2 has not really been touched yet. The boots on the ground have not been able to advance the line, and a big reason for that is the 2 tanks on the side of TXD holding this entire road.
Calling in this vehicle from way back
Yeah,
there.
it's
just to
so
make sure
far.
it
They got
lands,
4
'cause they know
vehicles
that
now,
it is
though.
one of the last vehicles they will get in this map.
They're trying to save
30
it for one
lives
mega
and
push, I
counting.
think.
Ooh, got a
Respawn beacon's
but
right in the
around
middle of the
back
road
Winter
there. That's
find
not
it
good.
with the tank. No problem. He's going to be respawning there. Assault
They're
vehicle
waiting.
in deep trouble and gonna
Oh
have to
no,
back
they're
down.
gonna lose one of their vehicles. They
Stakes
lost
goes
it.
down with that assault
Oh,
vehicle, not
no,
into
dude.
the world situation, but would have been
They're
helpful
trying to
get
stack
Sticks'
them for
squad
one big
back
push,
in
I
the mix
think.
very quickly. Romania has
Hey, all love,
decided
man.
to hold C2,
Appreciate you,
makes
dude.
sense, set the objective, earn some extra score for what will be the last push. May just get that score in time, maybe call a guided missile even from the defensive side to assuredly net a victory.
You know what? This is big though. This is a really big
Odoo on
play.
the back of the tank destroyer right here. They're trying to find some
TXD on defense right now, the green
amongst all the
team.
chaos, TXD, they've
While the
actually
other
gone on
team's
the
trying to
offensive.
bide their energy for a big push,
C1.
they go and push C1. They play offensively. They're not waiting.
They know the pressure's on at C1. They also know the
This is
C1
just
is
wasting
not
all of the
before.
time
win
now.
condition for DNI is have
Now
to
Red's got to go
C1,
retake
spawn
that
in
and
there,
then
and
go
they can
for the
organize
next.
push. Sarajin in deep trouble.
They're taking it,
Very,
but
very
now they're
low.
only at
1 or 2 more
17
rockets.
lives.
Those triple blaster shots will land, but we got enough.
Oh,
No, we don't have
and they
enough.
lose the triple
Engineers,
tank.
NTPP
They lose the tank
on the
advantage.
assault, NTPP
These Uluru
takes down
rockets.
Sarajin. I said there was a couple nails in the coffin, but that one will
That
seal
was
the
probably
deal,
it,
most
dude.
likely. A brutal push here. Wanza
11
finally able to
tickets.
answer
They're
back,
re-getting
but we only
C1.
have 11 lives, and we finally have C1 in control. Their win condition back on the table, but they are running out of time. They have to be perfect for this next push, and frankly, the last push.
I mean, it was close on B2. You remember, they almost ran out of tickets. They're in the same situation again.
The
This one's a
Uluru
little
rocket
bit
only has so
different.
much
You gotta push a
battery.
little
You
bit
can't get it all the
further.
way back there.
Wow.
It all
Tank's
looks
dead.
done and dusted, especially when the
Couldn't even
vehicles
land the
are falling in.
tank,
They're getting
dude.
blown out
Couldn't
of the
even land the
sky before
tank.
They even touch the ground. We're taking it slow though. DNI trying to go ahead.
Good
and
stinger
find
smoke.
something that they can do together. The
Green's
RB's
going
in a
for
couple of
another
lives
push
here
on
and
Charlie
there.
1 right now. I don't know if you saw that. He put a smoke wall down to push it. They're playing aggressive. They only need 5 kills to end the game. Look at this. Look at the push on a C1. Again.
For TXD, they keep pushing towards C1. They keep picking up
You know
a
what?
couple
I was
kills
doubting
here and
TXD.
there, and as a result, only 4
After
tickets
watching them lose
left.
to TL.
Yeah, and we don't even have any pressure on C2. We're not.
They
gonna
had
get
a
an
couple
overtime
mistakes
here. I
in
can
this
almost assure you
game.
of
I
that.
think they should have
The
won this
last second,
stronger.
An urgent redeployment time. A beacon landed by
Overtime.
Veronica. They do now have pressure. They got it. They got it. I spoke too soon. I didn't see Veronica sneak in and grab that beacon down.
Wait a second.
With pressure on C2, they push us into overtime. This map couldn't get any closer.
Oh, overtime. Wait a second.
Right at the last second.
They got on
Back.
site?
Look how many streaks are being called in.
They
from
do
both
have a tank
sides.
on site.
Massive
Their last
push
tank.
right
Nah,
now.
tank's
One
dead.
that TXD is technically winning, but only by a small margin.
They do have the
C2's
numbers. They
falling,
got the
but they're
infantry.
answering back on
But there's
C1.
2 tanks. What are the tanks
Veronica,
doing?
The hero.
What is
Let's see
TXD
if the
doing?
hero will actually win the map though, because TXD have
Oh,
so
they were
much
all on the
pressure,
other
and
objective,
they are
but why is
using
the
all
tanks
of
not
their
coming
score
in?
to secure the win. 60 seconds in counting, and that is the only timer, the only number that matters here in overtime.
A minute left remaining for TXD
Nah.
to go ahead and hold on, but a respawn beacon on C1 is going to allow
They
them
gotta
to
get
start the
C1
blast
again,
pressure
too.
Back onto DNI. Yeah, that C2 push looked very, very good, but we might have forgotten about C1. Again, they're all over C1.
They never
Guided
fully
missile,
recapped it.
a
Guided
Hail
missile.
Mary, something, please work, is what DNI
This is the
begging
big
for
bomb, I
right
think,
now.
right?
I don't
This
know
is the
where
big
you can
one.
put a guided missile to cover
See, the
both
tank's
of the
running
points.
back.
We're
The
gonna
tank
have to
is
see if
running
it
back.
finds any sort of value. It's going to go on the C2. It does find 3 kills. Yes, they might be able to pick up C2.
Not much.
But for me, the big question mark is going to be
They still don't have
It's
C1.
gonna come down to
There's
the
a
strike
squad on
team.
it.
There's 3 or 4
There is a squad
players.
on
Sarah
it.
G and no vehicles, so I'm gonna put a gun in my hand and try to take C1 by myself. Both ticking towards the attack.
There's a full squad
They
on
have
it.
to do it in 30 seconds, and vehicles galore coming in from the defensive
Uncontested
side.
on
C2
C1.
control.
Another one, another one.
Deck Dog calling in a guided guided missile, I can only assure you, this will land on C2. This could land right on the heads of TXD. Another beacon goes
They're getting
down with
C1 for
20
free
seconds on
right
the
now.
clock, folks. C1
Everybody's
and
on C2. A bomb's about to land on C2.
Controlled by either squad.
Here it
This
comes.
missile will change everything if it hits on anything. Dead Dog picks
Only gets
up
one.
CVVT with a missile of his own, but it will land
Done.
1 second on the clock. C1 is deep
C1's
in trouble.
capped.
C2 is at nearly a perfect tie. Who will win the gunfights? Who will outplay
There's
their
way
opponent
more
with 10
red.
seconds on the clock?
There's way more red. The
T1
tank can't come through.
Win the map in overtime.
If that missile lands, the map goes the other way. Mere seconds.
Holy clutch,
Mere
dude.
seconds separates us on crack between who takes home the first game. But it's DNI towards the end of things.
Well,
A
I was
couple
saying
of
I
lives remaining.
actually like
Somehow
TXD.
the clutch comes in. Somehow they sneak on the
They
season.
lost.
Somehow they
I don't know
force
how they
overtime.
lost
And
that.
Somehow the beacon, the infinite lives, the urgent deployment, the guided missiles. It was finally
I think
enough.
TXD might be the better team, but these guys are just making mistakes.
So much
Even from the first round when they
celebration
wasted
right
their
now.
tank
Think
out of
they
like for
won
no
the
reason.
entire match. What an important victory for this team.
I don't know if they won that because of mistakes from TXD or if they
Saying that a couple of these games are close.
are better.
It is impossible.
These guys had
to
two
be any closer than
ridiculous
that.
clutches.
Overtime with 1 second on the clock.
Ridiculous clutches from DNI.
CVBT, by the way, calls in that guided missile. CVBT is
They
their
barely
medic.
got
That
Sector
is
B.
TXD picking up so many
Barely. And
lives.
then they
Wow.
got
The
they got
defense
Sector C by even
that they're
less.
able to earn a guided
That was
missile.
even less
That
of a
missile
pull.
comes in 1 second too late. 1 singular second.
He barely
Quick
got
look at the
anything with the
highlights.
guided
Obviously, it
missile as
started here
well.
on A, and TXD did such a great job on defense, man. They held this
What?
first point for so long. Unreal.
So because there was enemies on site, it kept an overtime going.
I didn't think we were going to get past
It put a 1 minute 30-second clock on,
Fast forward in time. TNI takes the map.
and they managed to cap it before that clock ran out.
Obviously, we look towards the B
Because
sector.
they were
This is
still-
where
they were
rubber
still
meets the
on
road,
site.
right?
They
It's a
couldn't
lot
get
of
them all
vehicle
off
trades.
site.
Honestly, a couple
They had to wipe them
overstays
off.
here from TXD early to give away a few free vehicles. But B was a good hold as well. Again, B1, as per the usual, taken by the
Yeah,
attack,
getting on the
used
roof
as a
for B
foothold.
was
But remember what TXD was able to do. They were actually able to trade out B1 and B2
Redonkulous.
when B2 was
I'll
under
be
so
right
much
back real quick.
pressure. They routed over from their spawn to B1 to relieve some of that pressure and keep their dreams alive of holding in Sector B. That moment right there, really impressive stuff from TXD. They went out in a lot of these engagements. Finally, Sarah Jane hits the rooftops. We've seen that in a couple times in the qualifier tournaments. Finally get to see it on main. And they barely skate through the B sector. We get to the C sector, and I didn't think we would make it to overtime. I even said that out loud. These guided missiles changed a lot. They didn't change everything, though. It was the beacon inside of C, and that guided missile was literally, from the defense, from CVVT, was literally 1 singular second too late. A crazy map. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see, obviously, some big moments from some big players here. My eyes are drawn to the left side of our screen first because they did win. Styx picks up 72 kills, playing entry fragger, playing boots on the ground, playing assault, and just slamming the opponent on the flank over and over again.
Shout out to NTPP on TXD side, though, picking up 49 kills on that engineer class for the most part of that game. I'm looking for the revives, right? Where was CVBT at? I saw the revives. I didn't get to see the full count right there. It was actually pretty far down the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Not sure how he had so much score for a guided missile.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a read on that in a moment or if anybody in chat saw it, but a great game. Stats were so close. I mean, literally, again, I sound like a broken record. It couldn't be closer.
That was...
And by the way, funny enough, as the timer hit 0 and they won the game, we saw the guided missile connect.
Yeah.
And I think it picked up 9, by the way.
I mean...
Insane stuff. Look, here's a look at our team stats. Insane amount of revives from DNI, 150 in total, 9 vehicle destruction. Kills are out of this world. You got to remember, this is one of the longer games we've seen on main yet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have gone longer either on this map. And so, great job here from DNI to win. You won't see this player as the game MVP. but my MVP of this game by a mile is Veronica.
Yeah.
Veronica was able to sneak into B2. I've said out loud on broadcast, we won't hit overtime because there's no pressure on C2. Veronica sneaks in by themselves, mind you.
Crazy.
Sneaks in, drops a
Here, I'm gonna
beacon,
grab a.
and they get
I'm gonna
enough
refill my
players
water.
on
I'll be
the
right
board to
back.
start taking away C2, which pushed us into overtime and therefore won them the game. That is the reason they win, because of that singular move and then the chaos after it. And talk about a brutal, I mean, look at their faces. TXD so frustrated by that loss. They've got to hit a huge mental reset after technically losing 3 maps in a row.
Wow, forgot about that. Yeah, 3 maps in a row indeed, coming off of that loss from TL. They probably felt so good about that, man. And honestly, they looked good. I think they honestly got the better of DNI for about 95% of that match. But the 5% seemingly came down to when they had like no lives remaining. Think back to B2. B2 was like done and dusted. They had like no tickets left. They could have lost there.
Dude, TXD played an incredible game. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to hold against this DNI team, and they held at every sector. They didn't even concede a sector to hold better in the next. They held at every sector at well over 120 lives. Look at some of the members in our audience. That, of course, maybe some of us here in the English broadcast would recognize. That is No Mercy sitting there. That was Little Jay, the commander of No Mercy, watching the matches. Look, No Mercy got knocked out early. They did play Crack, though. I'm sure they're talking a lot about what happened on Crack their time in the spotlight.
Shoo, guys.
See Dead Dog there leading his team, talking to some of the other squad leaders. TG Alpha, huge component of this roster. Man, TXD looks so
Incredible match, incredible game. That's how close it is between these two teams, and we are not done yet. Got at least one more game between these two teams. Full reset, full swap of the sides. Still gonna
Listen,
be playing
guys,
Crack, of course.
I'm gonna call it now.
And DFI.
I think TL's winning
DFI
it.
and both TXT, they both got to feel a little bit exhausted after that one. And you know who else has got to feel a little bit exhausted? Chang
Both of these teams.
37,000.
Here's my guess. Here's my prediction.
Kills, revives in the mix,
Here's my
in the
prediction.
mix as well.
TL is gonna win it.
work.
They're resting
Doing
right
work
now.
on
They're
medic
studying.
too.
They're studying
That's
these
why
guys.
maybe swap between. Possibly,
DNI
but
looks good,
Still, support technically.
but
really
I
well
think
done.
they got
Thank
lucky
you
on
on-
that one. I think you're gonna lose this next one. It's going to a game
Again,
3.
It's so fun because Warfare, we do so much talking about the macro that we can highlight individual micro plays.
DNI
So
loses
rewarding for these
game
players.
3,
Everybody gets a chance to be a hero. But
and then
again,
TL wins
look,
the finals.
I'm
That
not
was my
saying it
guess.
again 'cause
That's
I
my
can't.
guess. I don't know.
Veronica is my MVP.
But I'm telling you what, I am
Insane.
losing my mind. I need to go to
How
sleep.
close these
All right,
two
I live in
teams
the
are,
United
how much of a
States,
struggle it was
where it's already
for
midnight,
DNI to
guys.
attack on Crack.
All right.
What do we
So
think?
I'm gonna
Right,
call
we
it a
both
night
predicted
here.
This was going to be 2-1
But
in favor of DNI. After
If you
what
guys
we
want to
just
keep
saw,
watching,
after
go watch on the
how
main
hard it
broadcast.
was for DNI to attack,
Again,
do we
a
think
thank you to
TXT
Delta Force sponsoring this evening.
go ahead and
Very late
capture
night stream,
all
this
of the
extra
sectors
hangout
as well?
sesh.
I can't change
I
my
appreciate you
prediction.
guys
I have
stopping
to
by
stick
for the
with it.
hangout sesh. It's been
However,
very fun.
Unfortunately,
Delta Force's stream
that
is rolling.
felt like the map that
Go check it out. Go watch the full
That felt
feed
like
if you
their
guys
win.
want to.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they lose it with literally 1 second.
Have
left
some
to go.
fun.
If you wanted to go
And,
2-1 or something like that, you would want the defense to win.
I'll be
Yeah,
back
you
on
do
Monday.
need TXT to win that,
Yeah.
especially with how well they were playing.
All right.
And how hard they held on every sector.
Yeah.
That was TXT's map to win, and I think they know it too.
Appreciate you guys.
Can they absolutely win on attack? 100%.
Love you guys.
This is a momentum-based game, and as much as downtrodden they look, dismayed
I'm
they
gonna
look,
send a raid over
I think it's very
to our boy.
possible that they can still win this next map. But they've lost 3 maps in a row. Tough. That's going to be a big mental reset. Let's take a look at the best squad from that match, though. Obviously from DNI, and it is the squad we expected to see. Artium, Stack, Sticks, Sarah J.
We're gonna go raid
Look
our
at the
boy
kill
Drew
totals,
Dog.
folks. This is ridiculous. Just from one squad
Go
alone,
show him
you're
some
looking at
love.
almost 200
Give him a
kills.
like.
Very close.
Tell
It's
him
like
hello.
97.
A raid from the
Total there.
Mountaineers.
Incredible work.
or keep
it's just
watching
kind of
this.
Amplify.
Have a
how
great
good of a
evening.
performance
All
that
my
was
European
today.
friends out there, my Australian friends out there. I hope you guys have been doing good, man. I know I don't get to see you guys all the time, but I hope you've been enjoying the videos and the content. And if for some reason you're still awake in the United States too, maybe it's time to go to sleep. Maybe you're on the night shift. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys. Till next time. Thanks for watching. Good luck to the teams. My prediction's in on TL.
Yeah, that's good math. Thank you.
We'll find out in the morning what happened. Nighty-night.
Folks, we are into a make or break moment for TXD. They were perfect in this tournament until today, and now they have lost 3 games in a row. Huge mental fortitude is needed for this team to still have a chance to play in the championship and get revenge on TL. Reminder, this is lower bracket finals. The winner of this matchup will move to the championship game, playing for $60,000, competing against the infallible, as of now, Tanglong TL. A really